And you are on the punchline with Kelly Pavlik and James Dominguez. And what's calculating?
Nothing. Just trying to put the link on my phone so I can watch the episode with you guys.
I hear that too. That's what I'm trying to do.
You got any assistance?
Yeah.
We've been here 20 minutes. We should have been able to do it a long time ago.
But good show today. A lot to talk about. You know what we're going to definitely tap on. We're going to tap on Mikey Garcia.
Yep. Mikey Garcia, the Lomachenko-Linares fight that was announced today.
The fight before Mikey.
Bartholomew and I don't know how to say that. Raquel. Hey, champ, how you doing? Carlos Fernandez Hernandez says, what's up?
What up?
How you doing, champ? Mike Eddie says, what's up? How you guys doing? Today we're doing something a little different today, aren't we? For the show?
Yeah.
We're going to dedicate this show directly to you guys. We're going to cut back on the guests today. We're not going to have a lot of guests. I think we got one, right?
Yeah, we got one.
Gabriel Flores, up-and-coming fighter, won out of Golden Boy stable. Young fighter, really good. But I think what me and Kelly wanted to do was we wanted to make a show for you guys where we could discuss the show and answer your questions, and you guys could even call in today and bring up whatever you guys want to talk about. We'll talk about whatever. We don't care. So, hey, it's your guys' show. Let's do it. So, what do you want to get into?
Do we want to start out the conversation first?
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about Mikey and Lipinets. I thought it was a good fight. It was worth the money.
I did too. I thought that Mikey showed a very good performance at the new weight class. He went in there against Lipinets is a strong puncher. He's probably one of the strongest punchers at 140 right now.
Yeah.
And Mikey took some good shots. He didn't get hit a lot, but he did get hit a few times clean. And he took him. I thought that he took him well, even when he blocked him with his shoulder, his arms, and his hands.
Yeah.
They didn't knock him off balance. Lipinets is a good fighter. Mikey did a really good job moving up to that weight.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm going to say. Here you go with the haters, though, on Mikey.
Oh, my God. It's fucking terrible this week.
It's disgusting. I mean, you can tell that it's people being biased.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it comes right out.
You know, it's sad. The better a certain fighter does, or a fighter does, or the more successful he is, the worse that he's overrated or cherry picking or whatever. I wouldn't know how Lipinets was a cherry pick. Did you see that fucking guy? He was an animal.
He is. Lipinets can fight. He can, and
He
Mike.
was a kickboxer.
He was a kickboxer.
He was a kickboxer,
Champion.
and Mikey went up a weight class. His first fight at that, or was that?
It was the second.
Second fight, still up at that weight class.
It's the first time he fought a guy who could punch at that weight class. Broner didn't do shit.
Yeah, a strong guy. I mean, it was a solid performance by him.
Yeah, it was.
He showed that he could carry his power up that weight. Not only at 140 against a guy like Lipinets, but against a guy who has not been dropped. Granted, that was his 10th fight. Or wait, yeah. 10th fight. But
no, it was 13th. It was 14th fight.
Was it?
Yeah, 14-0. Lipinets tweeted
yeah, but
today.
You know what I mean. Going on, I can't get the exact down, but it was. He showed a good power that he could drop people, and Mikey goes back down to 130. I think right now at 135, 140, Mikey stays unbeaten.
Oh yeah. Well, no.
Notice.
Well, they Mike Eddie, one of our buddies, said Lipinets tweeted that he couldn't believe how well Mikey took his shots, and he said he had a great chin. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
he does. I was surprised. I really was. I mean, we've known Mikey a long time.
Again, I go on. I was impressed how he blocked it, because you can read a lot with somebody's power or how somebody can handle it. And Mikey handled a lot. He picked off a lot of shots with his arms, and he looked. What I mean by that is he looked strong. They bounced off of him and didn't really phase him.
No, not at all.
You usually see when somebody blocks shots like that and is a heavy puncher, you see
hurts.
them you see their arms moving, you see the body, and you see after a round or two that they start rolling with it more because obviously it's catching up to them and they're feeling it. Mikey didn't. I mean, the entire fight, he just blocked. He showed he was strong for 142.
I think he stayed relaxed. And Hector Beltran is watching. He's great trainer. He was actually Errol Spence's first trainer. So yeah, what a good trainer. And he started with Ortiz too, Ortiz Jr. So yeah, great trainer from Dallas. But yeah, I agree. Mikey just he stuck to his game plan.
Yeah.
But now let's get on the other token. We were talking about weaknesses that we saw in Mikey, and I saw a couple things that I didn't like.
Yeah, Hector. Oh, that's where's that? Yeah, you know what?
I don't think Mikey moves his head enough. I think he really needs to start focusing on more head movement some. And I think that he overcommitted with his right hand, a lot of overcommitting with it. And maybe he needs to pull that right hand back a little bit because he got countered a lot with that left hook over the top. And when he threw that jab out, he get countered with overhand right from overcommitting on punches. He wanted so bad to knock Lipinets out.
Yeah. Some
of those punches were overcommitting or they were overshooting the target. If you do that with a guy like Lomachenko, you're gonna pay for it.
Yeah. You know, going on that, as far as moving ahead, I do see your point, but he's also fought some good opposition and still has showed good defense. You know, if he starts trying to move his head, maybe it'll fuck up his rhythm of how he blocks and other stuff. I agree with you 1,000% on overcommitting with that right hand. He was throwing it and using it so much, and it was a bad thing. Like if you go back and watch, you'll notice that sometimes he threw it and he left himself so off position that he really couldn't follow back with any other type of combos. You know, he did. Now he threw that right hand nice on the one where he dropped him and he stepped back and caught him with the hook on that.
Yeah.
More of a counter punch too, though.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, he left himself. He was gunning for it too hard. Now, I'm very picky when it comes to that, and I try to find reasons why. One reason why I feel that he may have been doing that was because it was landing. He was finding it easy to land a lot of clean shots with that right hand, which he did, okay? And I think that maybe he got excited with that and was going for the kill, like, fuck, it's right there, I'm hitting it. But at the same time, it could have actually hurt him, and it could at the same time, it also started giving Lipinets a little bit of time to, he started reading it more and catching on to it. Yeah. But he did. A lot of times he left himself out of position to counter or follow up with other punches by doing that.
Dan Pavella says, Lipinets' body shots were good when he used them. Exactly. They were great when he used them, Dan. The problem is every time he used them, he would get countered. He would get countered with uppercuts or left hooks.
And Mikey made that move to counter.
Yeah, and he would step to the side. He would step to the left of him and land something big on when he tried to go to his body, which is really high-level IQ boxing. It made Lipinets not want to keep going to the body.
Which we go back to all the time with the fact that how technical Mikey is and why he's so good. Because he does those little subtle moves that make a difference over a period of time in a fight.
Schizo was watching. What's up, Schizo? And, some of the, get your money clothing out there. So we gotta, he's one of our favorite guys. So, your Pops is watching.
Yeah, he is. What's up, Pops? Yeah, Scotty.
Scotty.
And then, the fight before, we'll tap back on with Mikey. I'm sure people are going to ask some questions about that. But
no, I mean, I think Mikey did what he was supposed to do. But people are saying, well, the guy only had 13 fights. Mikey's overrated. That dude's going to give 90% of the division hell.
Yeah, he is.
He'll win another title.
I think, speaking of a fight, the one that we're getting ready to go into with the co-main event.
Yeah.
I think the winner...
Reichla and Lipinets would be fight of the year. I think that fight would be... I think they'd have to call a coroner for that fight.
Yeah, even if it don't go to decision, you're going to get, for however long it lasts, you're going to get Canada for fight of the year.
Them two Russians just beat... Did you watch that, Justin?
I did.
Those two... Could you imagine Lipinets and that Russian undercard fighting? One threw 120 punches, the other one punches like he throws 120 punches.
Yeah. What do you throw when one 110 punches?
110 or 105 punches a round. But the thing was he never took an 80 punch round or 60 punch. He stayed at 100 the whole time. And whoever his trainer was, I think that was part of the game plan to throw that. And he knew that's going into that fight with he knew that he would have to throw over 100 punches to make that fight, to leave it out of the judges' hands, basically, where you don't have a choice without the judges looking like criminals right in front of everybody. Because could you imagine what fuckbags the judges would look like if they gave that decision away to hit again?
Yeah. We'll go real quick before I lose train of thought. Fucking, like with the situation with Mikey, it's kind of the same with the Lomachenko. Okay, I'm not saying this is going to happen with the Lomachenko-Linares fight. But if Lomachenko does go in there and handle him and make him quit on his stool too, you're going to find shit about it. He's not going to get it, and there's like two hated fucking fighters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's unfortunately that's the way it is.
It's sad. The more talent you have, the more hated you are.
Yep.
It's true. I mean, there's no way around it anymore.
Exactly.
Did you find that in your career that people talk the more shit, the more successful you became?
Yeah. It's funny. This is how stupid people are. Like, oh well, if Pavlik don't knock you out, he can't beat you. He's slow. First of all, how the fuck do you land power shots if you're slow? Right? You got to land punches to knock people out.
Landing power shots requires timing.
Exactly. You got to have
speed.
You got to have speed or something to fucking.
You got to have timing or speed to land a power shot or a right hand. You ever try to land a straight right when you're out of timing? You can't do it.
No, you
it's punched, and you're landing this right hand because that's your favorite punch to land.
It's just fucking
It's easy to talk shit from a couch. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
With the 20-inch meat lovers, it's easy to run your fucking mouth. I mean, it really is. And talk about somebody else that's doing something you could never do.
Watching fights every Saturday night does not make you a fucking boxer.
It does not make you, and it doesn't make you an expert either.
No, it don't. Not even close. And
the funny thing is, what we do, going to the fight, studying, does not make us experts either. Yeah. We're nothing we're nothing but assholes with an opinion with a camera. That's basically it.
Well, I take that a little personally.
Well, it's true. I mean, maybe I consider myself an asshole with an opinion. But no, isn't that what we all are though? Even the media, everybody.
My point counts a little bit though.
I think it counts more than a lot.
I mean, I think I could get away with calling it. I wouldn't do it out of respect.
You're credible assholes.
You're credible.
We're credible assholes. Yeah.
No, I think you have more credibility.
But if anybody's gonna call a fighter a bum, I'd rather it be me than fucking some dude sitting on a couch fucking calling him a bum.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
And see, a lot of people.
I took my licks to.
Yeah, you do have credibility to do that. I don't think.
But I would never would. But that's the thing.
No, I don't think other people have that credibility to call somebody a bum. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have never even on a show or anything. If I disagree with a fighter, don't think he's as good, I just say I don't think he's as good.
You've never heard me call somebody that.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'll just say I don't think he's as good. You'll never hear me call a fucking fighter a bum. And UFC, boxing, or even any sport.
I'll call him an asshole, an idiot, whatever, but I'm not going to call a guy a bum.
Yeah.
I think anybody who gets in there and risks their lives and does it for entertainment.
Yeah, for people. Entertainment for them.
And they're far from being a bum. There's some that aren't as skilled as others, but they're not bums.
Yeah, and that's going to be another topic I'd like to get into one day.
What's that?
About the fans and shit like that when it comes to combat sports.
Well,
like when they say like you got to give, you should give back. I think you should, what I mean by give back, I think you should definitely do charity events and stuff like that. You're in a situation, you're fortunate enough to help. But when you say that, like, I feel like saying, who the fuck is there for these guys when they're broke, running 6 miles a fucking day and starving themselves to make weight and fucking gushing blood.
Yep.
Nobody comes and gives them a fucking penny to help them throughout training camp. I worked early before I had my big fights. I worked 2 jobs. I go work construction, or I would go do landscaping and then go train all day to make ends meet. You know what I mean? And nobody was giving me, So that's kind of like offensive. You know what I mean? Like, and also, so what? You came to my fight, but I also brought families together to sit around the house and watch fights and have fun. And
now you're a family counselor, huh?
Well, yeah, exactly. I am, right? That's not what I'm saying.
You're a family psychologist.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying.
I brought families together.
But they do.
Like a Hallmark picture.
And I'm not saying me. I'm saying any fight. I'm saying in general, like fighters or even football players. You bring people Super Bowl. Everybody comes together.
The thing is this.
Yeah, it gives them shit to talk about for fucking weeks.
I think as an athlete, they put more things on your shoulders than you really should have. You're responsible to be a role model for children, all this. Look, you're supposed to give back, whatever. But let me tell you something. Like, these people that work construction jobs or libraries or teachers, they're not expected to give part of their salary back to everybody.
That's another one.
They're not expected to give their salary to everybody. Yeah. But
charitable contributions.
There is a difference between charitable contributions. I'm really big with that, and I've done a lot.
You just did some. You did some the other day.
Even since I retired, and I will continue till the day I die to keep doing that. I feel not, and I'm not doing it because I want anything. I don't call media to it. Nobody knows. And I'm saying it now, but I'm not. Nobody will ever know my next one. I will not have media there. I don't want that. I like doing it for the cause. But
we're changing the show to the Child Hour by Dr. Spock Kelly.
it is.
We should bring in a shrink sometime.
We know that this. You know what? I know he does charitable causes, but nobody would ever fucking think that from the last 2 shows that we done. Talking about punching people when they can't fucking defend themselves.
He can defend himself. He has wheels. He can roll away. He can defend himself. Fuck, you put a motor on the thing, just roll the fucking
I gotta do it again.
They got those ones that are like they got the tank tread on.
I swear to God, if Paul Williams kicks my fucking ass, it's your fault, Kelly. Because I don't even talk about it. Then you bring it up about Paul Williams not being able to defend himself.
No, I was talking about a charitable thing.
Yeah, but you said he's gonna beat up guys' wheelchairs. I said no, he can defend himself. He's just he's tall still. He's like 5 foot.
I'm not laughing. I'm not. That's not.
He's literally like 5'1" or 2. He's like fighting like kid right now. It's like fighting Chiquito Gonzalez.
So, but going back on that real quick, I'm done with it. But yeah, that's we'll talk about that one time. Like, you are appreciative of fans and shit. But because I was told that, and I didn't say anything like, do you know the amount of charities that I've done that you don't know and you don't know about it and things like that. Well, I just think like that was a good point you made. Like construction, these people are not made. Nobody forces them to take their shit.
Yeah.
Like why somebody who really like dedicates, sacrificed a lot of childhood and everything else, and a brutal sport.
My thing is this, Kelly. You've worked hard your whole life. And I'm not saying this because you're my friend or we do the show and you're one of my best friends. It's not that. What I'm saying is this. You don't owe anybody a fucking thing. Not anybody. Nobody. You've done a lot for me, personally, and you've done a lot for all your friends, and you do a lot for your community. And, hey, where were we?
Oh, yeah. And I appreciate that, and I thank you for mentioning that. But this ain't a pity party for me. I'm talking talking about like fighters.
In general. I understand.
Yeah.
But it leads me to my point. We were, what was it, 2 Thanksgiving before last, we were at the Mission doing the Thanksgiving. Yeah. We didn't have no damn cameras there, did we?
No.
I was so hungry at that Thanksgiving too. I was starving.
But play for you.
Let me tell you what happened though. I go, Kelly, we should eat that food. And Kelly goes, no. What if we eat the food? Somebody walks in and sees me eating the food. They say, oh, Kelly's broke. He's at the Mission eating.
Yeah, right. That would be. And fucking Youngstown, Ohio, dude. You don't understand. Like, my wife, she wants to, like, use coupons. I'm like, don't use a fucking coupon. I go, that would be a fucking story for...
Use the coupon.
I have no problems using the coupon. Dude, seriously, I have no problems. That's why I still got my fucking money. I'm fucking... I'm cheap. But, dude, for instance, like what we talked about coming in here. You know what I mean? Like, if people see me walking from between Handles and Dunkin' Donuts, they'll be like, oh, you ain't got a fucking car, you can't afford transportation. He must be, he's fucking, I feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Like, ain't that a shame?
We were walking out, I said, just why you could have that paper plate with a biscuit on there and a turkey hanging out. I could say, oh, Kelly's eating at the Mission, it's bad.
No, but there was 2 things that could have went bad with that, okay, at the Mission. It could have been one, what you're saying, like somebody says, oh my God, Palik's down at the Mission, fucking, they'll snap a picture. He's down, I'm over doing a charitable cause, they'll snap a picture like, Palik's eating at the Mission. Or
they'll probably make us be like, oh yeah.
Or my luck, I would have took that fucking, that scoop of soup. I would have took that scoop of soup or something like that. And then and then like 10 minutes later, a fucking guy would come in and there would be none left.
It's gotten really bad. Palik's hanging out with a Mexican in front of the Mission.
Yeah.
I think they're begging for change.
Yeah, all right. But I'm just saying, or I would have been eating that soup and the guy walks in, they'd be like, oh, we're all out of soup, and I'm over there fucking.
Yeah. But I was hungry as hell too, weren't we?
Well, what is it, dude? And then that one truck was out there cooking
barbecue.
Yeah, barbecue and shit.
So let's get the barbecue. No one can see us back here.
I was about to tie the fucking chain to that, to that little what do you call that? That shop, that cart.
Yeah.
That cooking vendor, and fucking pull it back to Youngstown. There's a Ganfield.
We should have done it, man. Instead, you have some questions here and things like that. Oh, Alicia said Lipinet's wife went crazy when he got knocked down. Yeah, she did. She looked like a mess anyway.
Hey, Simon asked a good question.
John Flores said, what's up?
What's up, John? Simon, Kelly, when you made it big, Another thing is you sacrifice so much to make it, but how big is the distraction once you are a champ? Like when you are trying to train and keep getting promoter requests.
We get more now.
Media and public appearance. How much does success pull you away from the routine you grow? Simon, that's a very, very good question. I used to I used to get kind of upset. I made a joke about it. I was like, everybody's here. It would be like, just say BB King's in New York before when you announce a fight. And I would be like, everybody's already here. Why don't you just have all the reporters? Because they all ask the same question. And you're together. You do a group interview, okay? Yeah. And then they all pull you off to the side for their own personal interviews.
Yeah.
I understand the reasoning, especially now in media.
For to get an exclusive.
But at the same time, I wouldn't do it to a guy right before a weigh-in or after. I would, I'd be like, oh, you know what? We already got our stuff from him. Let him go.
Yeah.
It does. It becomes hard. Like, you got to quit. You're in the middle of training camp, and you got to go to New York or Philadelphia for 3 days. Then you get local requests, which you got to do at your hometown, and you're doing that, and you constantly got a camera in there, and it pisses you off too because you do want some of your camp private. That is a big strategic part of a training camp is how much you keep to yourselves or what's going on in training camp. It's a lot, but it does become a little bit of a hassle. And then, you got time that's taken away when you do have something to spend with family or whatnot. Or if you're fucking tired of shit and you're like 6 hours into a day of working out hard and you got to go run somewhere and do it. So it does take it takes a toll, but that is part of the game too, though. I wasn't the only person at that level. And obviously my opponent was probably doing the same thing. So it sucks sometimes. It was a good question, though.
Yeah, it is. Keisha Marie Sumner said, LOL, oh my. She looks pretty hot. Hey. Hi, Keisha. She does look hot, though. I saw the picture. But, Oliver's watching. What's up, Oliver?
Just.
And, congratulations on a good career. I enjoyed it. Michael D. Vincenzi. Hector Beltran, gotta go, guys. I'll be back to watch. Gotta train these champs. All right, have a good one, Hector. Thanks for watching, bro. And
20 after 6, we'll do the cow.
Good luck with the fighters today. But let's talk about this Lomachenko and Linares fight. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? Because I think it's going to be a good fight. I think it's going to be better than advertised. I think Linares is talented. What happened?
Fucking Willie.
What do you say?
Willie Jenkins.
Oh my God.
Willie fucking. How did that happen?
How did that just happen, guys? Well, guess who's got suspended for 2 weeks now?
Willie got a fucking suspension.
Well, we had to suspend Willie Jenkins, guys.
Look, our fish.
Our fish is on performing and enhancing drugs. He's on Clem Fisherall.
Yeah, look at him. He's looking at us like he don't think we see it. Look at him.
Yeah, we saw him.
Look at his eyes. He's like, he's bouncing. He's all fucking jittery now.
Willie Jenkins is on Clem Fisherall, isn't he?
Yep. Clem Fisherall. Get him out.
No, let him stick around so he can be punished for what he did. He's off. How long is he suspended for?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Enjoy this, Willie.
Enjoy it, Willie. You're off. You're off, Willie. Look at that. He's on performing and enhancing drugs.
Fuck. I knew he was from Russia.
Fuck. Canelo first. Now Willie. When does it end? When does the madness stop? Willie said it was from the beef he ate on vacation.
Yeah. He says the way he dropped steak in the water.
Willie said he was in the Amazon with his wife and kids and ate some bad beef in the river.
Willie told me that he got caught. Somebody used steak as bait.
Michael, you know what? I've never ever seen Linares quit. I personally don't think Lomachenko is going to make Linares quit.
Here's my thing on it, that fight. Linares is a bad dude. I squeaked when I looked at that today because I'm a Lomachenko fan. When I seen it on Eastside Boxing, I squinted. I think it could be a possibility of a good fight, but Lomachenko to me is like Floyd Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
Just when you thought that there was somebody that was like, oh shit, man, this guy.
No, I agree.
This guy got the style to beat Mayweather or make this a tough fight, and Mayweather will go in there and totally dominate it, and that's how it is with Lomachenko. Being said, though, with Linares, I think if anybody right now at this weight has a chance, it's going to be him. He's a hell of a fighter.
I don't think Linares is a shot, but I think he's going to give him a good fight.
A better fight than what Lomachenko has had.
My thing is this. Lomachenko better not go into this fight with the idea where he's going to fuck around and play around in this fight. You play around with a guy like Linares, you're going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Linares can punch, and he's fast. He's not slow. And Linares' chin is shaky, too, which makes it a little more intriguing, the whole fight. You know what I mean? Linares can be hurt. And we both know from experience that Lomachenko, we've seen him. We know Lomachenko can punch.
Hit. And I think if Lomachenko finds himself that this could be a little more dangerous, maybe he'll start unleashing harder punches than what he does.
Yep. Hey, I want to show. Why don't you show everybody our new shirts?
Oh yeah.
Look what Kelly got us. Show them the shirts, Kelly.
Little tight area here, guys.
Look at that. Look at that. Do you even podcast, bro? Those are amazing.
Can you see that, guys?
Okay, now it's good. It had to autofocus. It was a little blurry.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, Willie Jenkins, Kelly. Did you know what? Do not give Willie his shirt. Willie doesn't get his shirt.
No, he doesn't.
Nope.
Little dick.
But my friend Patricia's watching. Hi, Patricia. How are you?
I think we got word that was straight testosterone too. He had.
Oh, bro, he was so pissed off. He said him and the family were on vacation in the Amazon, and they found a cow in the water, and they ate it. And he said now they all tested butter.
You know, I believe Willie though. I believe that somebody used steak as bait, and
bro, Willie was deadlifting 255 pounds the other day. I saw Willie Jenkins deadlifting at your gym.
I don't doubt it.
In a wife beater and a Guido necklace. And he said, "Hey, when a guy wants to buy you a necklace, you let him buy you a necklace."
Oh yeah, the family guy. What was that, Justin?
Oh, your cow's out.
Oh, okay.
I can't see it.
What is going on here today?
Oh God! Now we have another one.
Yeah, you got it right there.
Now he's showing up. Now, what is that? Is that the cow that Willie ate?
I think so.
Look, guys, now the cattle's even messed up. This show is just going to hell in a handbasket today. Oh, Alicia, remember, it's our birthday today, Kelly.
Yeah, the punchline birthday.
Today's our 1 year birthday, guys. Punchline is 1. We need to get a cake. We need to get a cake and ruin our diet altogether.
The next episode will be season 4, dude.
Next episode? Are we taking any time off for season 4, or are we just going right into it? Now where'd the cow go?
Oh, you want that?
Yeah, he's on clenbuterol too. We might as well stick everybody on clenbuterol. I think the cow's on stanozol. Thank you, Sonny. No, but back to the
At the lecture at hand.
Charlotte's here. Charlotte Messer's here. Say hi, Charlotte.
Hi, Charlotte. I'm trying to get back to a punchline.
He lost it on his phone. But the whole Lomachenko and Linares fight. I think we have something big. I mean, it's going to be a great fight.
Yeah. Going back, now here comes the part what we were talking about a little bit ago with Mikey Garcia. If Lomachenko destroys him again, though, I want some of the fans out there to answer this question. Are you going to be like, oh, fucking Linares is overrated, he's this, he's that, he didn't do this. You're going to have the people that come out, and it's sickening.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is. I mean, you know what? It doesn't matter what somebody does. It's always not going to be good enough. There's always somebody.
And yes, it has happened. You know, as we talked about earlier, it happened with me. It happens with everybody. But
like the people coming down, Mikey's overrated. You know, that's the one thing I wouldn't say. The guy fought his ass off. He didn't come out in really bad shape. A nosebleed and a black eye. I've gotten that from Friday night at the bar. You know what I mean? Dude, that Lipinets looked like he got hit by a truck after that fight.
Yeah, he did.
He really did.
Yeah, he did. Pain, you know. I was a little concerned early on when Mikey's nose too. I was gonna say, oh shit. Sometimes them little nose shit like that, especially earlier in the fight, could bother you.
Well, in the 4th round, I saw him bleeding down his chest, didn't you?
Yeah, my snot would get fucked up, man. It pissed me off in the fight. It threw me off a lot.
When you get hit in the snout like that,
mm-hmm.
You get that snot locker punched.
Yep.
I don't know. I just think that I think it's a good time for Lomachenko to really test himself in a hard fight. You know, I think that's something he may need for his career. Everything's become a little too easy. And I have no doubt that Lomachenko's not going to win that fight. He's going to win this fight.
Yeah.
I just don't think Linares is going to quit. Linares is not that kind of fighter to quit.
And let's go back on Lomachenko's had his test, though. I mean, it was early in his career too. Yeah, it was really early, and people still work off that fucking fight. And I personally can't. With so what's the name of the fight he lost? Lomachenko or the draw. What was it? His second fight.
Yeah.
Salido. Yeah.
Yeah.
And but Lomachenko's had a test. Yeah, that was and I think he's probably learned and went back to the drawing board over all these fights since.
But I don't think it was a test at the level he's at now. I think it was a beginning test, where he didn't make that. He didn't really adapt from the amateur pro style against somebody rough.
Yeah, and put him in there at that point of his career, second pro fight. I don't care if you had 999 amateur fights or 2,400 million.
Yeah, well, there's just a different style.
Yeah,
and I know it's not the same level you were at, but when I I would spar professionals, good professionals, because the average professionals, I'd fuck up. Yeah. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna fuck up a low level professional as a good amateur. But when you're a high level, a pro, the things they do are subtle and really good. Like you think, I remember as an amateur, you're letting your hands go and you think you're doing great and you're whipping their ass, and then it doesn't dawn on you. He's working on something and you're just throwing punches. You guys are two different worlds. He's working on a game plan for his next fight, and I'm just throwing everything I can to try to get this guy's respect. And he's deflecting the most of the shots with his shoulders, his arms, knocking him away. Or even when I'm landing solid, it has no effect on him.
Yeah, they don't care if you get the better of him that day in sparring.
No, he's getting because then he's going to land that big one to the body. And
they're going to have you and two other different sparring opponents, and they're seeing it, they're taking it in, what you're doing. Yeah. And, that's for the fight.
Well, I remember working with Spadafora. I remember Spadafora would let you just tee off. It didn't matter. Then that first round let you tee off, and then in the second round he start moving on you. And then pretty soon you weren't hitting shit anymore. And in that third round, he'd come out and start knocking your ass around. Yeah. And that was his whole game plan.
Yep. I'd like to give a shout out to Rod, watching on YouTube from Saginaw, Michigan. Thanks for watching, Rod, and I hope you enjoyed.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, Rod. We really appreciate it. Loma did have Salido going late. And it's true, Simon, he did, but he needed 15 rounds. That 12 was not going to cut it. I think it was a little too late, and I think Salido showed his mettle and survivability and experience in that fight, knowing he could.
But that's what I was kind of tapping on with Lomachenko too, though. In the second fight, he went 12 rounds and showed that he could fucking adapt. And it was a little too late, but he got to see it. He got that, and believe me, up here, that fight's going to be in his head for the rest of his career.
Oh, yeah.
And going into a fight like this with Linares, he should have that up here like. This could be kind of the same fight. This could be a little fucking where I got to dig deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Also, I agree. Damon Martinez is watching. I always got to give a shout out to Damon. He works on the show. We love the guy. He does great work for us.
Yes, he does.
Damon, Scott Best is watching. Ephraim, he's going to see us a bunch of times.
He's a funny motherfucker, too.
Yeah, he is funny. Loyal, too. Loyal as fuck, man. I love that.
He got a funny voice.
Like New York?
Yeah.
New York.
Like a New York hillbilly.
It's like New York.
Sorry, Damon, but
I told that fucking dude, I told him I'll punch him right in the fucking mouth.
It's funny, you could do like a movie like that.
New York hillbilly kind of like Boston.
yeah, like Boston, yeah.
Oh,
it's funny though. It could be like in a movie or something.
Let's explain our schedule coming up, guys. We got a fucking huge schedule, Kelly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what do we got going on? We got April. We got New York City with Chef Santos, right? Mm-hmm. May we got Vegas with Canelo and Triple G. June, Errol Spence in Dallas, and now we're looking at May again, right, in New York with Linares and Lomachenko, and then that's a huge year.
That is.
That's a huge.
There will definitely be a break after that.
I think for us a year.
Yeah.
Oh, Boxing Hall of Fame in June.
Yeah.
So you might as well just pack you a bag with a stick, put the little bag and tie it onto a stick, tell your family you're not coming home for the month.
Hey, Damon says, it's Florida. New York mixed 20 years and 20 years. Whatever you say, Damon.
And Louisiana.
I know, yeah, Louisiana too. Maybe that's where that comes from, that accent mixed with the New York accent.
Yeah, but What's up, Scott? Oh, while
Thanks,
we're out here,
Damon. We appreciate you and love having you on and helping us out.
while we're out here, I want to dedicate the show to Stuart Best, Scott and Rebecca's son. He has autism, and I want to dedicate the show to them and his fight with autism, and tell them that we support him and we support them and we love the way they support us on the show.
Truly,
and they mean a lot to us. So shout out to Stuart and the whole family. You know,
the best family.
and
yes,
the little fat girl too.
Yep.
That's the daughter, the little fat girl.
Keep on punching, guys.
Yep.
We love you here on the show.
And
2 years in Louisiana, Damon.
he was chasing some ass over there. He was out there for some pussy.
Alligator ass. He said, I will get these shoes one way or another.
So
these gators.
let's get on this fight thing here. Now let me ask you this: where does Lomachenko need to go after this fight? After Linares, where does he need to go? Because beating Linares is not going to make him a star. It's not. He's going to be right in the same place because he's expected to beat Linares. Where does he go?
Well, first of all, he beats Linares, and if he does it convincingly, like easily,
He's going to be in the same boat as Mikey?
would you put him number one in your pound for pound?
Yes.
Okay.
When I had Crawford number one, I have Lomachenko like just a hair below him.
Oh, are we changing this?
No, not at all. Crawford's still number one on my list. But when I'm
you guys hear that?
What I said Terrence Crawford is
Or
number
loyal listeners,
one.
are you listening to this?
Terrence Crawford's number one on my list. Lomachenko is just a slight number two. I mean, it could change with any fight. That whole position could change between them. And then I have
changed now when I said this.
no, I have Errol Spence just a shade below him.
Crawford. I could ask.
And then now I have Mikey right below.
Okay, but
Errol
here
Spence.
comes my favorite part of this.
Okay,
Who do you have winning in a fight between Spence and Crawford?
I have Spence.
Well, how the fuck do you have him behind Crawford then?
Because Crawford's resume is not as good as Errol. Errol Spence's resume is not as good as Crawford's.
Okay, I know. I'm just busting your balls because we have to do that.
Yeah.
We're supposed to show when it comes up about the pound for pound ratings.
We don't have ratings, Kelly.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, right.
Dude, the best rating we ever had is when Willie just got on peds. Bring Willie back. We need to have a talk with Willie.
Where's I got to see what's going on with this cow too.
Can you bring Willie the cow back, Justin, please? Look, guys.
Check your messages.
But-
I sent you one.
Willie. By the way,
you want the bull?
Justin, I sent you a message. You get it?
Yeah.
By the way, guys, Willie Jenkins tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs. He works on the show. Kelly decided it'd be best if he was suspended for 2 shows.
2 weeks. We don't fuck around with that shit here.
Yeah, Kelly and me thought something was different when we went to the gym, and Will, no, not that cow.
That's the cow. That was the cow. That's what happened.
And that's what happened to him?
Yeah, look at him. Just in a couple minutes.
Now,
It's Willie's buddy.
we were at the gym, and Willie was deadlifting 255 pounds. We just caught Willie injecting a Stanozol and Winstrol in him just now.
I thought it was straight test.
Was it?
Yeah.
Straight test?
And,
Well,
D-ball.
we have to set a precedence. We honestly
How
have
did
to.
he get back?
What?
How the fucking
And how the fuck did he get money for that, Kelly? What have you been paying this dude?
like Clint Sushi.
What have you been paying that dude? What have you been paying Willie?
I just gave him a couple fucking dollars.
He has fucking test. He has a year's supply.
He stays in Youngstown.
Kelly here is ripped as that cow. He smells like that fucking cow too.
It's got balls as big as that cow.
Thanks, Billy.
Balls as big as that cow.
Hey, what'd you say? My balls are as big as that.
They hang like
See those things?
they hang like that too. They're like bells.
Teabag King.
Tyler Spencer. Hey, there's Tyler. I haven't seen him forever. Tyler don't talk to me unless you're around, Kelly. He's like, fuck that motherfucker. I ain't talking to him. Tyler's not even like that fucking James unless he's around Kelly.
Jim Johnstone. He could definitely bench your ass, Bill. Those are my buddies from Youngstown.
Yeah, they
Johnstone
are.
and Billy. Good dudes.
Yeah.
And they're loyal listeners.
I think Tyler's awesome, man. I've never met Billy, but I think Tyler's cool.
Yeah. Well, Jim Johnstone and Billy Summers are my buddies, and we all used to hang out
Yeah.
years ago, and still they're...
Billy said your balls look like your head.
Who said that?
His balls look like his head, Billy.
Sorry, Billy. I was just saying nice things about you, too. Dickhead.
Yeah. So, I mean, going back to this, what do we...
Okay, so, yeah, let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Where do I think Lomachenko goes after this?
Yes.
obviously, I think he could definitely stand in position if he dominates Linares.
Yeah.
Linares, however you want to pronounce that. If he dominates him,
Yeah.
I think that Lomachenko could actually just do what he wants to do and pick the fights that he wants to pick for a period of time, and then they will come back down on him again to fight somebody. But I see what's going to happen by the fans and by the sanctioning bodies and people in boxing. I'm going to see them push for the Mikey Lomachenko fight.
That's going to happen. I really believe
Yeah.
it.
Awesome.
I really do.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And I think I hope Top Rank promotes that because we will be a shoo-in
Exactly.
for.
I think that's exactly where it goes from here. And it's kind of no choice. I mean, that's for all the people that knock Mikey Garcia, they want to see Mikey Garcia fight Lomachenko too, because deep down they're biased as fuck, but they want to see the best fight the best.
Yes. Let me ask you this, Kelly. Who wins, Mikey or Lomachenko? I'm going to ask you first. If you had to bet right now, what was in your checking account right now on the fight, you had to, who would you bet on? Your small checking account, not the big one, the little one.
The punchline account.
The punchline account.
Yeah. Okay, here's why, and I'm gonna go with it. No, I don't put that shit on me.
Wow, come on,
I
Kelly.
bet it. I wouldn't
Yes. Your small punchline account? I think we got $20 in there.
bet that. No, we don't.
We don't have $20 in there?
No.
Willie stole it. Willie
Willie
bought his
used it.
fucking beads on our punchline account.
We got. I would say here's my reason is in fact to factor in.
All right.
Mikey just fought at 140.
Yeah.
Mikey's strong, fought a strong guy, and Mikey could contend at welterweight. He could contend.
I don't think Mikey can dominate at welterweight though.
That's why I say he could contend.
Yes, I
at
understand.
welterweight, and he can. He's very technical, and he will not make. He will be on point. And it may not be pretty, but he will stay on point when he fights a guy like Lomachenko. And Mikey knows how to cut somebody's natural ability to make it more of a fair playing ground.
Yeah.
Because of his ability of fighting. I would have it a very close fight, and I would say that it would come down to the championship rounds. Who would win that fight? I see Lomachenko winning a lot of the early rounds and being a very hard catch-up fight for Mikey.
Mm.
But I see that more Mikey could do it because of his strength, and I can see him forcing Lomo to fight a different fight in the second half of the fight, a fight that Lomachenko is not used to. And I think if anything, it would be a draw, and if somebody would win it, it would be Lomachenko because of the fact that Lomo would already had rounds in the bank, and Mikey would be the one playing catch-up to make it a close fight.
I think Mikey stops Lomachenko late.
You do?
I really do. Let me tell you why. I think Lomachenko's gotten a habit. Lomachenko, now before anybody says anything and says I'm crazy, listen. Lomachenko is a phenomenal fucking athlete. One of the greatest that the likes of boxing hasn't seen in a long time, right? But Lomachenko takes a lot of inherent risks that he shouldn't take in the ring.
He really does.
And do you think fighting Mikey is going to change that? He's not. He's not going to fight. He's not going to fight. He's not going to fight in a shell of a sudden, or he's not going to fight more cautious. He's going to put his hands down and get inside on Mikey. And when Mikey lands that big left hook or that big right hand, I don't know if Lomachenko, being the smaller man, can take that punch.
That's why, and again, I'm going on it now. People are going to say, "Oh, you're just a Mikey fan." I'm a big fan of both of them.
I love both guys.
Yeah. Mikey's like a brother to me, man. Well, that's how I feel.
No,
but being said, that's why it's a hard fight. Again, anybody else that I say that fights Lomachenko, I'm like, Lomachenko's going to win easily, and he's probably going to make him quit on his stool.
Let's be honest, Kelly. Let's be honest. You were a teammate of his. I grew up with him. I've known him since he was a kid. We were actually invested with Mikey. But if we did this show and didn't tell the truth,
exactly,
we would not be doing a favor to anybody if we're going to sit here and lie to you guys. Do I think Mikey beats Errol Spence? No. I think Errol Spence beats Mikey. And as much as it fucking hurts me to say that, I think it's just the truth. It's just a size difference. It's not a technique difference. It's just Errol's too fucking big, man.
But that just goes back on why when I picked it about how Mikey's so good. Usually I have some Lomachenko stop and making people quit on a stool.
Yeah.
And again, that's how I would see the fight with Lomachenko and Mikey going. I would see early rounds, that's what makes a difference in a fight. That's why it's better to start off by putting rounds in the bank, because some of them close toss-up rounds at the end can go either way, but you already got your rounds in. I see Mikey playing a game of catch-up and making it a very close fight and possibly winning it.
Yeah.
In a draw. The reason why I lean more towards Lomachenko is because I see the Lomachenko style. I see him capturing some of the early rounds more, and it's being a game of catch-up.
I see it this way. I see Lomachenko trying to impose his will and his athletic ability like he does, and when he's not able to, what's he do then? When you're finally meeting somebody that you can't impose your athletic ability and the strength you have anymore, what is your next plan? I don't know if Lomachenko has that next plan yet. He's never had to have that next plan.
I think he does, though. He fights different ways. He mixes it up all the time.
When you have a guy that can fucking crack your lights out like that.
I'm going to get a YouTube question
or
comment. Stephen Connor.
Oh, Stephen.
Our guy, Stephen Connor. I don't think Mikey's going to get caught until Lomachenko's flash. I think he has seen it all, and he is too fundamentally strong and too strong.
I agree.
And that's where I'm going off of on that, Steve.
The patience, bro, is different.
Yeah, same as what James has just been saying.
Rod also agrees too. Rod says he thinks Mikey's timing beats Lomachenko.
Yeah.
I can see it.
And that's why that's going to be such a tough fight. Again, I go on it. I think Lomachenko steals some of them rounds, early rounds. He wins a good amount of them. Maybe not the first round either, because Lomachenko starts off slow also. But
the same logic people are using, saying that Spence beats Mikey, is the same logic you have to use with Mikey beating Lomachenko. That's a size difference between these guys.
Is. And that's where it's going to help Mikey. That's why Mikey don't get frustrated, stop. Again, Mikey's such a smart fighter technically that he don't get beat up like the other guys do, because he makes the playing field more equal.
Michael Cameron says, I'm a big Mikey fan, but I think he gets his ears boxed off by Loma. Bank thinks final bet losing 117-111.
Wow.
Fuck do you know? Mike Cameron would change his tune in one fucking set if Mikey said he wanted to sign with him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, Michael Cameron's going to sit with Willie Jenkins for the next 2 weeks.
Mikey, you're going to sit 2 weeks out with Willie Jenkins for that comment. Why wouldn't? There's nobody in that welterweight division, 140 or 135, that's gonna box Mikey's ears off. No. It's not gonna happen. Mikey is the most technically sound. I didn't say the most athletic. I said the most technically sound boxer, maybe pound for pound in the world.
And that's where I'm going off of on the fact that he will lose up on some of them early rounds. Okay, he is, but he will not get, because of that. When again, I want you guys. I'm stressing this point because
he will find a way to adapt.
This is really a true breakdown. Really good fighters sometimes were not naturally gifted as some of the other guys they fought, but they found ways to make the playing field more equal, and by being technically sound and using smarts, strategy, X's and O's. And that's what will happen. That's why Lomachenko will not dominate and totally beat the shit out of Mikey nor stop him. First, Mikey, he got going for him is smarts, good boxing ability, speed, and his strength, his timing, and size.
Michael Cameron said, I'm always right. Weren't you going for Rigondeaux against Lomachenko,
yes,
Michael?
He was. Yes,
and now
was.
You're always right? You're a big Lomachenko fan? Get the fuck out of here.
It's like when Roger tried telling me about my shit because I picked one Mayweather fight wrong at his house in his garage.
Yeah. Yeah, Lomachenko does have crazy angles. But let me ask you this, Larry. When he does have these crazy angles, he has never fought anyone who was able to have an answer for those things. He does those things because he can get away with it. So,
that's where I have to. Rigondeaux was supposed to be every bit as naturally gifted as him, and everybody said that and did the same moves. And if there was anybody that could do it, that could match natural ability, it was Rigondeaux.
Listen to this, Mikey Cameron is saying this. He's too damn good of a boxer. Lomachenko is not a better boxer than Mikey. He is not a better boxer. He's a better athlete than Mikey, not a better boxer. Yeah. Well, okay, let me ask you this. Was Muhammad Ali a better boxer than Joe Louis? Absolutely not. He was a better fucking athlete. Joe Louis is more technically sound. It's the same thing here. Lomachenko's a better athlete. Mikey's a better boxer. You can't say Lomachenko's a better boxer because he's not.
Well, if you were just going to use it that way and say he was a better athlete, I would say Mikey Garcia would win the fight. Lomachenko is just not a better athlete. Lomachenko is a fucking exception to the rule of boxing, to the fucking sport.
He's an exception.
Nobody will do what he does. This fucking young kid coming up from England was not Lomachenko. Lomachenko, what he does in the ring is fucking...
Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly. What Lomachenko does in the ring, nobody's going to do, and that's why I have the fight so close. If it was just that Lomachenko was a great athlete and has skills like Pernell Whitaker or something like that, I would say I would take Mikey Garcia, because Mikey Garcia is fast, hits hard, strong, but he is so smart and tactical that I would take Mikey Garcia in that fight.
Let me ask you a question. Here's one for Michael and everything else. If Lomachenko was such a great boxer, why did a guy like Mariaga bust his fucking face to pieces in the ring? What would happen? Now, let's stop for a minute.
See, now you're talking shit on Lomachenko.
No, I love Lomachenko.
Yeah.
Am I right? Did Mariaga bust his face to pieces?
He did.
Okay. My point is this. What would happen if that was Mikey who was hitting Mariaga or Lomachenko like that?
Yeah, it would
have been curtains.
It would be more often and harder.
It would have been curtains.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He does things. Look, Lomachenko's one of my favorite guys in the world. Roger's family, bro, and he trains with him. But we got to face the fact that he's going to fight the same. He's going to do what Lomachenko does. Lomachenko fights the way Lomachenko, and he's going to... He has his work cut out for him.
Well, and I might be wrong on this one, but I'm going off what I see. Well, let's just go back and use the Broner as a measuring stick right now. It's not a measuring stick to Lomachenko, but
no.
But let's just use this for an instance. Yes, Broner lost other fights other than Mikey Garcia, but they were competitive, or they were tougher fights that he made, a little more competitive. Broner did.
Yeah.
Mikey Garcia went in and won the fight hands down.
Over a stronger guy.
Every round.
A stronger, bigger guy.
Yes. Now, I know it's not a fair comparison to Broner and Lomachenko, but Mikey was able to do that.
Yeah, he was. And then, a lot of people aren't realizing they didn't see Lipinitz's weigh-in after he refused that pre-fight weigh-in.
Yeah.
Mikey weighed in at 139.5 and came in the ring at 147, which shows he only gained 8 pounds. Lipinitz, according to my sources, someone in the commission, which I talked to in Texas,
159 or something.
62.
Was it 62?
He weighed 162 when he came in that ring that night. Lipinitz weighed 162 pounds. He was 23 pounds heavier than Mikey.
I heard 59, but still, that's...
Yeah. Mikey still put it on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, 59 to 62 is fucking pennies at that point. You're fucking huge.
Yeah.
He was a middleweight.
That's what I'm saying.
59 is a middleweight, 62 is a middleweight.
That's what I'm saying. It's
one's a middleweight, the other one's a super middleweight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah,
we got some YouTube comment. Charlie Z Troll TV. Charlie Zolanov said he beat Arnold Barboza yesterday. Well, thanks for the update.
That's awesome. Damon says Mariaga landed a clean right on Loma that shook him. Loma does, he rise. And he does. Listen, technically speaking, guys, athletic fighters that are really good defensively and move like that, orthodox fighters, they tend to eat a lot of right hands because they're so adept at that, moving away from that jab and that left hand. They usually get hit with a lot of right hands the way that their bodies are angled. So yeah, he's going to eat a lot of right hands. But it happens to be the right hand is one of Mikey's specialties. The left hook is a secondary. His right hand is a lot better than his left hook.
Yeah.
Michael, they fight 35.
That's why he relied so much the other night.
Let me ask you this. Mikey weighing 135. What's he come in the ring that night at? 150?
Yeah, because of the strain. Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to come in at 50, 52, right? Lomachenko's going to come in at what? 26, 27? From the auto-injector 2000? No, I'm just kidding, guys. Lomachenko coming at 35. He'll probably weigh 137 the next day, or 138. You know what I mean? Because Lomachenko doesn't put weight on after his pre-fight, after the 30 hours. Mikey will throw 10, 12 pounds on, which is going to mean a lot.
Yep. I agree. And guys, listen, fans, if you got any questions that you want to ask,
this is
why we literally held guests off, because we wanted to interact more with the guys.
We want to interact with you guys. That's why we only brought one guest on today.
Well, Michael Cameron's changing a little bit of his tune right now. He goes, Mikey is pound for pound. Been as high as my top 5 before the layoffs. He is back there now. Seriously, he always been one of my favorite fighters. I'm just a believer that this Loma dude is super special.
He is. Lomachenko is probably the most special fighter in the world. But it doesn't mean that you can't be beat. It just means he does things that I've never seen. He's done things that I can. Like when we do a Technique Tuesday and we have to do something by Lomachenko, I'm like, Kelly, you do that. Fuck, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Thank you, Larry. We appreciate it.
We could draw a cartoon sketchbook of it.
Scott said, ask Lipinets about that left hook. Ask me about my left hook. No, Damon said, Loma steps into the line of right hands and smother. It won't work with my...
Sad thing, Scott. I don't think Lipinets seeing it or remembers it.
You know what? He got caught right on the cocksucker.
He did.
It was like, boom! And then he just kind of slid and... Like, damn. You watched that fight, did you, Justin?
Which one?
The Mikey fight?
Yes.
What'd you think about it?
Oh, I thought it was good.
Yeah, why don't you start talking a little bit?
You see our producer don't say shit. He's like, it was good. Fuck it.
It was great, yeah. I didn't watch it.
I was drinking a beer and had my fingers some snatch. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I didn't watch it live. I watched it about 3 hours after it happened.
Did you? About 1 in the morning?
I had it recorded. Yeah, it was late.
I thought he said he was chasing Willie.
He was chasing Willie.
I was stuck working.
Willie was calling to be picked up from the street. He goes, Justin, I need a ride. What happened? I went and picked up these fucking pills. They ripped me off, man.
Yeah, I let him crash on my couch.
My cousin Stephanie is on. Hey, how you doing, Stephanie?
You know, in these 2-hour shows too, guys, I want to let you know how committed we are to the show. It's what time is it?
It is I don't know. What time is it?
4 minutes to 6.
4-6.
Yeah, I still got
An hour and 5 minutes.
Yeah, an hour and 5 minutes left, and I got to piss like a Russian racehorse.
It says, Simon says, Kelly, what do you think about training camps? It seems today's fighters choose to stay home or camp instead of getting away. Also living in altitude. I definitely felt a difference when I traveled.
Okay, Simon.
When I traveled to sea level, there seems to be a new thought that altitude training is negative. Isn't it sleep in altitude, train in lower? Or no, the other way around.
Yeah, I personally, here's my thought on that. And this has been backed by a lot of other people too. You're going to have differences on that. Training camp, I think a fighter should stay wherever he's comfortable at. When your fighter is comfortable, you get the best out of it, mentally and physically, from a fighter. And if you're at a top level guy, you could bring great sparring partners into your camp.
Yeah,
you have that, so you should train. That's why certain fighters bring certain guys into camp with them, because they train where they're comfortable at. As far as the altitude shit, you could all blow that out, in my opinion, and a handful of other very smart people, their opinions too. If you're fighting in Denver or Colorado Springs, then yes, you should train in high altitude
and sleep in high altitudes.
Yes, you should go out. You should leave there. If your training camp ain't there, you should get there a minimum a week before the fight.
Bro, in the national team, I remember I used to love training. I didn't like training there. I liked sleeping there in Colorado, because I would come down to the hill, what they call it. You come down to the valley and you fight in New Mexico or Texas. You go 20 rounds. Yeah. Tournament to mean shit.
But that's where I'm going. If you're not fighting in a high altitude area, going to train in high altitude and then coming back to fight, you think that's going to help you and make your conditioning better? It's a crock of shit, because now your lungs should adapt and be used to what you're going to be fighting at.
You sleep in high.
No, you don't even have to do that. Why are you going to sleep in high?
You sleep in high elevation.
And then go fight in regular elevation?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I never heard of that.
Yes.
From many people, and I'd never done it, and I've thrown many punches.
You sleep in high elevation and you come down.
Why?
You're adapting. You adapt to how. That's why a lot of them go to northern Mexico. A lot of fighters go up northern Mexico.
And there's a lot of people that has been debunked.
But there's a lot of people that still do it.
I never did it. I never had a problem in high altitude.
Not just because your body is different. Not everybody's body is the same.
No, you keep your lung capacity and everything. You keep it the same throughout the entire training camp of where you're going to be fighting.
If you're breathing in thinner air at a higher elevation, when you come down and your blood's oxygenated more, it's just like blood doping at a certain point. It really is. It is. You're breathing in thin air. When I was stationed in Colorado, right, Fort Carson, I would run there, and when I went back to North Carolina, I could run my fucking ass off because I was running in high elevation for that long. For a year, I was running in high elevation. It makes sense. William Miller says, I don't think Lomachenko is going to stand in front of a technically excellent textbook assassin like Mike and eat rights. Mariaga is one thing. Mikey will get much more respect. Maybe, but habits create habits. Lomachenko's going to do the same fucking thing because it's always worked for Lomachenko. He's going to stand there at a certain point. He's got to stand in front of him. He's got to punch.
Yeah, but, to the defense of Lomachenko on that, though, we have not yet seen what happens when he's in a fight, too, if he does adapt. I mean, I think he can.
No, I agree. I think he can. What I'm saying is this. He's going to have to stand in front of Mike at a certain point in 12 rounds and stand and throw punches.
Yeah.
What's going to come back? It's one thing to stand in front of... Exactly.
And that's why I keep saying, Mikey, because Mikey's so smart and he's going to have the natural size advantage in that fight, that's what's going to be hard for Lomachenko in that fight. Again, I think Lomachenko jumps out to a little early lead, and I see Mikey having to play catch-up in the second half, but I do see him making it a really close fight. I think that would be a great fight, and that's why I want to see it.
Yeah. I agree. And, hey, Damon had a great question. James Kelly, Cuban boxing school is done, true or false? I would say true. I would say that we have finally come to a point with the European fighters and the American fighters. They have figured the Cuban school of boxing out.
Yeah.
And I think we can thank the Russians for that. They've figured out. These Cubans used to be unstoppable is because their skills were far and away ahead of our skills. But over the years, I
think
up.
Amateur and Olympic boxing, which your Eastern Europeans are doing very well in also, but they also get a lot of help in the Olympics and
more than Americans do. Goodwill
games and stuff. But I see your Cubans still being very dominant in amateur boxing, but in pro, I think too much caught up. Everything changes, and you have your errors, and I don't see it in pro.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Cuban fighters, and it was proved with Bartholomew the other night, they have a great A game, right? Their A game is awesome. Either they're dominating you or they're knocking you out, right? Or just making you look stupid.
Exactly.
But once that A game's gone, they don't have a B, C, or D plan. There's nothing there. And they don't know what to do.
And that's why I say it don't work in the pros. When you watch in the pros, even some of them sometimes early on in the fight, they're doing great, but when the shit turns and because you got so much more time in pros.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned earlier, when you're in sparring, it's a thinking game. A pro is thinking for the long term of the fight. And then by the fourth, fifth round, shit starts changing, and you slowly start seeing the heart come out. You see the will come out.
It's true. Amateurs treat sparring like 16-year-olds treat fucking. They're just happy to be there. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're just happy to get done. It's not for the long period. Yep. And hey, Jeff Schumann says, good show, guys. Robert Simmons says, best fucking show around. Can't beat the punchline. Thanks, Robert. I appreciate you, brother. And you're amazing, too. What a great producer. And Amanda says, hi, James. Hey, how are you? Text me sometime, girl. And he rolled his eyes at you. Oh, yeah, he does. He rolled your eyes at me. Yeah.
With the elevation, yes.
With the high elevation. But no, it's a fact, man. I've lived in high elevation.
Fact.
Yes.
I've seen.
Bro, you train in high elevation. You're more adapted to low elevation.
I've trained in high elevation too, numerous times. I fought out in high elevation.
So have I. It said altitude shouldn't be a factor in an indoor arena, huh? In an indoor arena. He's asking. And a great job. I'd like to teach at Azteca Pontiac. Good luck, Sonny, and all the best. Bobby Mills, good show. Thanks, bro. Chaz Aguilar's watching. What's up, bro? And Rebecca's watching. About time, Rebecca. Hey, thank you for the autism shirts. We can't wait to get them. But no, I really, and I'm not bad mouthing. I love Lomachenko, but we've met Lomachenko multiple. He's a nice guy. But I'm saying that there's a certain point he's gonna have to stand in front of this Mike. He's gonna have to stand in front of Mikey. He's gonna box circles around Mikey. We know that with just skills. Mm-hmm. But eventually, you have to pay the piper sometime in the ring, and he's gonna get caught.
And Mikey will adapt to that. And
Mikey is so technically proficient and strong. He will catch you.
He will adapt. He will make that boxing around him. Lomachenko will still probably be able to do it, but it's going to come down to a very minimum amount, and Mikey's going to figure it out.
And they're saying, well, he's not Mariaga. No, but facts are this: habits create the same habits unless you really go out of your way to change them. And I really think Lomachenko, his ego is going to want him to get in there and play games at first. He's going to want to dance around Mikey and grab him, and you can't do that with him. You can't. How do you take a guy out of your game out of his game that's so patient and never gets out of his game? He's fucking patient.
That's exactly. And again, I don't even want to mention it again, but that's why I see the fight going the way it does.
Yeah.
I just see Mikey too smart and adapting, and I actually see Lomachenko in the second half of the fight thinking more than fighting on how he's going to adapt and dominating the fight.
See, the thing is this. Mikey has to adapt constantly because of his lack of athletic ability, right? Mm-hmm. He has to adapt more to everybody. He had to adapt to Lipinets. Yeah. Lomachenko never has to adapt. Lomachenko does what Lomachenko does, and he fucking wins. Mikey adapts more. Mikey is more versatile in that adapting and moving different and fighting different styles. You got to remember, Mikey was sparring Edwin Valero at 15 years old. He was fighting Matisse. He was Pacquiao's primary sparring partner at 17 years old. This was Pacquiao's prime. Yeah. Pacquiao didn't knock this fucking guy out in the ring at 17. Lomachenko has his work cut out for him. And
Mikey spars guys. They just said on the thing.
175.
Yeah, 160, 140, 147.
Light heavyweights, yeah.
Michael Cameron, right here. Don't know if you touched on it. Where do you think Lipinets goes from here?
I think he's a champion again.
On him at all after being ringside his last two fights, but I'm actually bigger on him after this loss.
I think he needs to fight that Reichler dude, the one that fought on America, and I think that'll be the fight of the year.
That should be the next fight too.
Or if not, I think he fights Regis Prograis, the world champion from New Orleans, and beats the fuck out of him.
With them two guys, here's how I kind of make it like. Okay, tell me if you think I'm wrong on this. The reason why I think they should fight their very next fight.
Yeah.
I don't see them guys. I don't see Lipinets. Maybe after Mikey's gone at 140 or something, I don't see him. He can win a title, but he's not going to be that fucking guy that's going to make a lot of money at that weight.
No.
And definitely, he's not even going to be a mention at 147.
No.
Same with the other kid that just fought, the one that throws a lot of punches.
Yeah.
He throws a lot of punches and he makes them exciting. I think if these guys are looking for a career in something, I think them fighting, maybe a trilogy, I think they could be in the same boat where they can make a lot of money, like in a Toro Gotti, Mickey Ward.
Yeah, exactly.
Type careers.
And
I truly do. I think that would be their best bet, is to fight each other. And if the first one's a great one, have a sequel, and then have a third one, make fucking buku money, and then you guys can call it a day. Or,
It says, Davis says, James, why do you never hear about other military branch boxers, only Army? Let me tell you first, the Marine Corps has fucking great talented fighters. Jamel Herring was one of the best Marine Corps fighters ever. Sergio Reyes, the Olympian.
Steven
Stokes. Great. The Army and the Marine Corps have the two top teams. The Navy and the Air Force, the service academies, not so good. But you don't hear a lot about the Marine Corps because the Army actually stuck more money into the program. And when you stick more money into a program, you can afford to go to better tournaments. Because the Marine Corps was more mission-based. Their mission came first over boxing. The Army made boxing a full-time job for us. So that was a big difference. It was actually our job in the Army. We had our MOS, but boxing was what our place of duty was. So that's why we got more attention, and you had more fighters.
More tournaments.
More tournaments. We had a blank check.
It was very rare to see a Marine guy
at a national tournament.
Yeah, in the short period I was there.
Until you got to later on Jamel Herring.
I seen one weight class where.
Oh yeah, you had somebody. Yeah, you had Anthony Martinez from the Marine Corps.
That keeps coming out too for some.
He was 2000. He was in the under 19.
Yeah.
Anthony Martinez. He was good, but yeah. Amanda, thank you. We love you. You're watching the show too. If you touch on it, where do you think? We got that. Mikey versus Loma would be like Nassim versus Barrera. I would hope it'd be better than that, Bosco. But I think he has more skills than Nassim did.
Man.
But when Damon says when Loma takes the power, the fight will change. Loma stops the momentum when he gets caught and has to reset, and that is true. He does reset himself, and Damon did touch on that, right? The Ivan guy, yes. Michael, the kid that schooled Ramses. They won't support you turning pro. You got on the special duty to box. Try to represent in the Olympics. I know the Army is almost pulling the plug on the box program now that the amateurs aren't wearing headgear. You have to get out and pursue a pro career. Many military want you to stay in and take coaching jobs and ride out their 20-year rather than find out what could have been. It's the truth, Simon. I mean, we all did that. I would choose that steady paycheck over the not knowing any day of the week, you know?
Yeah.
And see, Army is year-round. Other branches do it as a season. You get pulled to go on a mission instead of special duty. Yep. Who wins the 175 tournament? Damon wants to know, Kelly. Well, let's look who we got. We got Beateroff. We got Vostik. We got Bivol and Kovalev. Badu Jack just entered that tournament. And then we have...
Badu Jack's a good fighter, and he's looking, and we've talked about this before, he's looking better and better and better.
Yeah.
But he's also coming up, newly coming up.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce it. Beteroff.
Beateroff?
Yeah.
Hey, Christy Simon, we're watching that sex kit right there.
He's good.
Love you, Christy.
Kovalev is still fucking relevant.
Why you make me laugh on the sex kit? She is a sex kit. Look at her picture.
I can't.
I will. I'll show you later.
Okay.
I peeled my banana to her many times. She's actually my friend, so she knows how to do it.
But Damon, getting back on it, we'll touch on this.
Yeah, okay.
Stephen Connor's question?
No, I didn't.
It's I texted to you.
Oh, you're gonna have to.
But she said, "Hey, I got a 3Y. Hey, hi, Christy.
Those are carbon.
We love you.
Grapes.
What?
But
Better yet, Kelly, who would you coach in a 175 tournament? Out of all those, who would you want to coach?
B-Ball.
B-Ball? I would want to coach Vostik, Damon. I think Vostik has the most upside, and I think he's coachable.
I think Kovalev is still very relevant.
Oh, I do too.
I favor him right now.
Do you? Over Kovalev? Over B-Ball and Vostik?
Over B-Ball, yeah.
No.
Size.
I don't do
Well,
I've noticed how smart B-Ball is in the ring. Did you see how smart he is?
Yeah, and especially later in the fight. See, I'm going on size because I took a picture, how small B-Ball is. But, if B-Ball can get past the fifth, sixth round, man, I see him, yeah. But B-Ball right now is one of the top front runners.
Yeah. I honestly, Damon, I would actually coach Vostik myself. I know how coachable the kid is. And Kovalev, I know how uncoachable Kovalev is. Yeah. And that's why I wouldn't fuck with him. And Michael, you couldn't coach Kovalev. He'd beat your ass somewhere along the line.
Yeah, here's a question from Stephen Connor real quick. Let me get this YouTube question.
All right.
Stephen Connor, did you guys ever take a fight when you shouldn't have due to illness? For instance, I have a fight in 3 weeks and I just came down with the flu. I don't really want to answer that because people think that I'm making an excuse.
I want to hear that again.
Did you guys ever take a fight when you shouldn't have due to illness? For instance, I have a fight in 3 weeks and I just came down with the flu.
No, I would cancel the fight if you want to perform at your best.
I had taken one.
Christy, I know it's not boxing talk, but we talk about everything, Amanda, and we'll talk about you next. Putting that pink thing on you too. Now, Christy, I don't wish.
Is it pink though?
No, it's
with
brown.
A Mexican nationality. Nationality.
It's tan and taupe.
It's like a pinkish purple.
It's the no, it's not purple. It's the BMW, the big Mexican weenie. It's a 7i series.
James's thing is pink and purple.
It's not pink and purple. Is it, Amanda? What color was it, Amanda Meyer? It wasn't purple.
His purplish pink thing came out.
She doesn't know. I'm just kidding. She doesn't know. I'm just joking. But what do you think about so many of today's fighters missing weight, willing to dump a belt? Also, your thoughts on going back to the same day weigh-ins. It's usually the outsiders that demand it, or you're a fighter that got beat by much heavier, the day weight fighter. What do you think?
I think it's you put the weigh-ins on the same day, you're looking at a lot of deaths and serious head injuries and traumas, and I don't think it's a good idea.
Amanda said it was pink.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
How would she know? Oh.
She doesn't know. She was guessing.
Yeah.
She doesn't know. She was guessing.
But no, I don't think the same fight.
Thank you, Amanda.
I don't think the weigh-in should be the same day. It's just you just too much bad that will come with that.
I think that you'll see a lot of casualties, a lot of injuries when you start doing the same weigh-ins. I think you'll see a lot of hurt.
I mean, people that think that should happen, I think they should go 3 days, starve themselves, and get down 13 pounds in 2 days from where they're at, and then run into a wall 40 times with their heads.
That's what it's like.
Yeah.
Let's
see what happens.
I think the first time that happens, and you know what, Simon's right. It's usually people that have no idea how the sport works or what it's like to starve yourself to make weight.
Yeah.
They say that ignorant shit. Who was it? Even Teddy Atlas said that ignorant fucking shit. You would think that he would know better.
Well, he don't know.
He's a fucking idiot.
He didn't fight. Did he?
Well, he didn't fight. No, he didn't.
Fights.
He didn't have no amateur fights. Big Mexican weenie, Robert. No, is there any kind of penalty for weighing over? Yes, Scott. You can ask Simon if there was a penalty for weighing over.
Yeah.
Oh no, you can lose up to a set amount or a percentage. There was just a fight the other day where they lost 20% of their purse.
Yeah, they give you 2 hours after, but usually at a point, the 2 hours don't mean anything, and you're just better off. I never did, and I should have. Especially the Martinez being the last fight at that weight, anyways. But I just the pride and shit like that took over.
Yeah. Robert saying, what are your thoughts on the cruiserweight tournament? Who do you think taking it? I got Usyk, man.
Yeah.
I got Usyk.
The kid that fought before him.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Before.
He's fucking. That's gonna be if Usyk gets hit.
Gassiev.
Yeah, and Usyk gets hit like he did against him. That's gonna be a good fight.
Usyk has a great chin, though.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great fight too. I'm telling you, that's gonna be a fucking barn burner.
Do you know who Usyk looks like? You ever seen Shameless? The show Shameless?
That's a great show.
Yeah, you know the son, the boyfriend on Shameless, the bartender, the one that lives next door.
Yeah.
He looks like that fucking. Usyk looks like a big version of that fucking guy. Usyk, but he's not as defensively responsible as he was under James Ali Bashir. But he's become more offensive too under in Oxnard. He's become more offensive, which is good. He's not been so fucking boring. Dane says, era versus era debates are fucking stupid. Let me put that out there. They are fucking stupid. I hate them. I do hate. Who would win between Floyd Mayweather and Carmen Basilio? You know what I mean? Fuck. One's dead and one's retired. But no, I mean, there's some other questions in here too, I'm sure. Cool shirts, thanks, Tony. Jeff Schumann, have you guys put eyes on any up and comers that are going to impact the sport? Absolutely. We just had some on last week.
We had a good show.
Ryan Garcia,
Virgil Ortiz Jr.
and of course Gabriel Flores today we're talking to.
Yeah.
There's some good fighters coming up.
Yes, there is, and it's fun to watch the progression of them.
Yeah, it really is.
My stuff, I'm not getting anything on mine.
You guys got to update. But, also, we have a show Thursday, don't we? We have a show this Thursday?
Yes.
What are we doing Thursday?
As of right now, guys, we're doing the cooking show.
We're going to make...
Dieting, what is good to eat.
We're going to make fight cutter foods, right?
Yeah.
Cutting weight foods for fighters, so you guys know.
Trolls, listen. We got an hour or so on the show, and we're in the kitchen. And we're not professional cooks. So we're just going to be making shit and mentioning other things. Don't be throwing in like, well, you should make this and you should make that, because it's impossible to do. Thanks for watching, though.
Yeah, it's true though. I mean, we're posting things that worked for us in the kitchen when we were fighting. We're not chefs. We don't know, anything. I'm going what I use and what Kelly used to make weight. I haven't had to make weight in a lot of fucking years, so I'm just going on stuff I remember, and I think Kelly is going to go on stuff that he used, and it might help some people with their fighters or themselves if they're a fighter, because you get tired of eating the same food all the time.
Dylan Wells asked, Pavlik, who is your favorite boxer right now? Mikey Garcia.
Errol.
And up in the air between Earl and Lomachenko.
It can be both.
Yeah, maybe up between them right now.
I think mine is Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, and Bivol, and Lomachenko. Those are, and Crawford. All five of them. Those are my top five.
Oh, I like Crawford too. That's a hard question to ask for me, because I'm such I'm a boxing fan too. Not only was I a fighter, but a fan, and even from when I was a kid, I never really had a favorite fighter or like a hero. I just like watching boxing.
Yeah. Well, coming up, who did you like to watch? Not a hero, but who did you like to watch?
Hold on.
What happened?
Got a question from Richard Pavlik.
Is it?
Charlie Zelenoff beats everyone, including you, Dominguez.
Well, of course. Yeah, he beats me.
Yes, Richard, he does. I think that's why I didn't take the fight, to be honest with you. I'm smart.
Shit, of course he beats me. I right now, I'm calling out men in wheelchairs. I ain't fucking with people on two legs.
Oh, God.
Do you think Wilder should fight Ortiz again? I don't see it. I don't see any reason to. We saw what we need to see from Ortiz. He's a good boxer until he gets tired, you know?
I mean, why waste that when everybody wants to see him fight Anthony Joshua? Why waste it taking a chance again in a fight like that?
And true, Amanda, and it just lose weight. And you know, Amanda, you're really good at losing weight too, and knowing how to do that yourself. So, yeah, I mean, I think the show's going to really go good in that direction on helping people figure out, you know, different diet things they can do. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's something different, and that's what we've been aiming to do on the show is always something different. I think we're going to have a show about Ghost and Ghost here soon, right? On a Thursday, we're going to have like a Ghost show.
And the reason why, with the Ghost thing, there was a lot of likes from people on that.
Yeah.
A lot of people were fucking interested as shit in that show and talk about it. And because it's an interesting and fun topic. It truly is. It gets everybody kind of involved in it. You get people who don't believe it and they like to talk about or say that and tell everybody you're fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And you get people that really have experienced shit and they're not making it up.
But I think we're bringing real mediums on the show, like a real mediums, and ghost hunters, which is gonna be really awesome.
Exactly. You guys should do like a MythBusters episode where you get like some type of sports science people on here, but then do all the things like the elevation, whatever you guys talk about.
We should.
That would.
Fact or fiction.
I would.
Friggin' get a list of it.
I would. And punching. Speed over power, what's more effective? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people ask, what's better, speed or power? You can't. That's fucking.
Well, the old saying is speed is power. Yeah.
But it's different. It's a different kind of power.
It is.
Well, it doesn't feel like a brick just hit you.
Like the heavy hand fighter or
the difference between a lightning bolt hitting you in the face and a fucking brick hitting you in
the
face.
I always thought like a heavy handed fighter, to me, like Miranda.
Yeah.
They're the ones that like fuck up your equilibrium. The fast fighter is the one that like knocks you the fuck out because you didn't see it coming and you get knocked out cold.
It says, Simon said, "Oh, Damon, I'm not impressed by Prograis. I think Reich beats him, man. I agree, Damon. I think so too. I'm not big on Prograis yet. He beat a guy that Crawford destroyed. There was nothing left of Ndongo when he got in the ring with him. Do you think Ward will come back? I think so. When the money,
if something presents itself." You know, I think this light heavyweight tournament or cruiserweight tournament, but even still the winner of this light heavyweight shit may get him back because that's going to be talk. I don't see Ward fighting at cruiserweight.
I do.
You think?
Light heavyweight was a bitch for him to make, and him being out's not going to make it easier. You know what I mean? The problem is, can Ward stay healthy? He's been hurt most of his career. Kelly.
Oh yeah, wait a minute. This is YouTube from Richard Pavlik, and this is what I think I mentioned this to you last night.
Yeah.
Don't count out Parker yet.
Oh no,
he got welterweight hand speed and skills.
I think Parker's a monster.
Yeah, that's what I was
saying. I think he could beat Joshua, but I don't think he will. But I think it's possible.
All right, no more questions from Richard.
How many
watch the fucking show?
Simon asked, "How many fights into your amateur career did you feel comfortable see what you needed to see to know that you could go far in the sport? How many fights were you in before you could tell that you were going to be successful?" I guess he's asking.
You know, the young age or 18 years old, just turned fucking 18, and you're invincible. You're coming out of the amateurs. I know I didn't have much experience in amateurs, and what I accomplished made my head big. I went to 12, 13-0 with 13 knockouts. I knew I was going to be a force to be reckoned with in the boxing.
Yeah. But
it really, obviously reality really sets in when you get to Zartucci fights.
Yeah.
Or as a matter of fact, the Zuniga fight, when you got an NABF belt and now you're approaching the major organizations and rankings and shit like that, and you're inside the Ring magazine, whether it be at number 8, 9, you're 23 years old, 24 years old, ranked in the top 10 in the world.
Yeah.
You're there. So that's when you kind of really start going, man, this is possible. realistic is after the Zartucci fight, when you're fighting Miranda's, that's when, like, you know that it's any time.
Yeah.
So, good question. Very good question.
Amanda wants to know any weight to watch your next fight. Amanda, I don't think Kelly has a next fight. I think he's done with that whole
Keep
fight.
talking about this motherfucking elevation shit, and be me and James.
Hey, my heart don't pump no Kool-Aid, fool. I got the headgear coming in from Everlast right now.
Oh yeah, I know. Why?
Because we're gonna spar.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
Rick, why? I don't know why.
Not on the show.
Not sparring.
Yes, we are.
No.
We need headgear anyway.
No.
I need some headgear anyway. We need headgear.
No.
Have him do his job.
Who do you got if BJS versus Groves?
Billy Joe Saunders. I got Billy Joe Saunders. He's a talented guy. I just wish his fists were as good as his mouth. I mean, he runs his fucking mouth too much. But I don't think
typical UK guy.
Yeah, I don't think Billy Joe gets past Canelo, Triple G, or Danny Jacobs. I think they all three whoop his ass.
You know, I don't think he's that gifted as a fighter, to be honest with you.
Scott, there really isn't such thing as a stupid question. Like I said, you're learning the sport quick. Do fighters let the rankings of magazine of sport shows get in their heads? Does it, Kelly? Let the rankings and in sports magazines get to their heads?
Yeah, it could. It become a big head problem. Of course, it comes up. Why am I only ranked here? Some guys could get big headed. You know, I'm not just saying this. I said I was 18, I was invincible, but there's a difference between being confident and being fucking big headed.
Being an asshole or two.
Yeah, and being naive and fucking cocky. I never got caught. That's why I trained my ass off for every fight at every point in my career. But the rankings could fuck with the fighter overall, though. Some it may not. It may not bother some guys. Some guys are strong mentally and they do what they want to do, and it just makes them hungrier to climb the ladder. And some guys are content with it and think that they already made it big time because they're in a Ring magazine.
Malachi said, Fury said he knew he'd be a heavyweight champion after one amateur fight. Well, you know what? If the heavyweight champion, they know he can go around painting people's driveways and saying he tarred fucking, he's an Irish traveler. Don't they do some con artist shit up in England, those Irish travelers? Yeah.
Heavyweight, most of your heavyweight guys, too, a lot of them were fucking big guys that played football most of their fucking life, too. You know, that's the thing with heavyweight.
Pascal said, do UFC, Kelly.
No. You go fucking, Pascal, you go do it.
Billy just called out Charlo. Bad idea. I don't know if such a bad idea. I don't think I'm not as high on Charlo as the other people.
You know what? That's another one. Very good point there. I seen on the thread, man. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Charlos are treated wrong," and so what if they act the way they act? And they're bad motherfuckers, man. They're gonna be something that brings shit back to boxing.
Charlos are fucking assholes, man.
Yeah, and they're gonna be something. They're gonna be something. First of all, what the fuck have they brought so far? I mean, all you see is them on Showtime and shit like that, but they haven't fought nobody. They're not the fuck.
Kelly, every event we've been to with the Charlos, which has been 3 last year, there has been some shit kicked off with them. Started right. Every event, there's been some kind of fight or some kind of problem going on with them.
No, I agree.
And fuck. I mean, how many more times have these promoters got to see that shit and say, look, they're going to hurt somebody?
Yeah, well, obviously you could get away with it, though, at that point, being a fucking asshole. And again, like, the only noise they're making in boxing is when they're at fucking fights.
Yeah.
That's not theirs.
And then Danny Jacobs punked him. Danny Jacobs straight punked Jamel Charlo in the back.
I don't care who the fuck gets mad at me. I mean, I'm calling it is what it is, too. Like, they're fighting. They act like that. I'm sick of it. I'll be honest with you. Like, before I did defend them, and I defended them. Like, man, it's not them. It's the entourage. That. Them. But they do that. So making noise, but I get more mad people on the thing like, oh man, they're the face of boxing right now, and this and that. They need to be acting like that. Whoever says that is just a fucking imbecile themselves. Truly.
Did Mikey?
And I don't give a fuck.
Did Mikey hurt his hand against Sergey? Actually, no, and he didn't break his nose either. Damon. We talked to him the other. You talked to him a couple days ago, right?
Yeah, no, not that
you texted him, right?
Yeah.
And then on the Ellie video, he didn't break his nose or hurt his hand. He was fine. They showed pictures of him building houses in Belize today.
Yeah.
So,
and even if you did, guys, I mean, most of the time you're not going to hear it. A lot of fighters keep that shit.
They don't say shit.
Yeah, they keep that on lockdown.
But I do know he was hurting, though. He was hurting. You can see it. But he wasn't hurt.
This is who we're waiting for?
Probably, yes. Yeah, Stockton, yeah. We have Gabriel Flores, guys, up and coming.
Gabriel.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, you're on the punchline. Hold on 1 second. We're trying to get this.
There it goes.
All right. How you doing?
Great. How about yourself?
Well, we're doing good. We're doing good.
Everybody, this is Gabriel Flores, young prospect, up and coming star of the sport. In the featherweight division, you're on the punchline with Kelly Pavick and James Dominguez. Gabriel, how you doing, buddy?
Doing well.
Good. We've heard a lot about you from Simon, and I've been reading about you, and I've seen some of your fights. So I just want to tell you I'm impressed, and I want to put you in that group with the Virgil Ortizes and Ryan Garcia's coming up.
Thank you. I'm ready for Prospect of the Year.
Hey, it's right there.
There you go.
So let me ask you, how did you get your start in boxing?
Well, I used to watch my older brother, Rene Gutierrez, and ever since I watched him, I always wanted to do it, and I was so interested in it. And I asked my father if I could box and stop playing T-ball, and he said, yeah, that's what we did.
Wow. And how many amateur fights did you have?
I had 98.
Wow, you just quit. You didn't want to get that 100, huh? You just wanted to.
I mean, we had a contract in front of us, and we signed it, so we're ready. There's no need to fight anymore after once I signed.
And, and you're one of the youngest prospects to be signed, right?
I'm the youngest top-ranked signed.
Yep. And you're 17 right now, is that correct?
Yes, but when they signed me, I was 16.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that makes... You thought you were one of the youngest, didn't you, Kelly?
Yeah, I thought. Thanks, buddy, Gabriel.
Yeah, Kelly thought he was the youngest. You got him. But what do you have coming up? What's your next fight?
The next fight can't be announced yet, but I'll be able to announce it soon.
Okay.
It's a big one, the biggest one of my career for sure.
Awesome. Are you? Let me ask you this: what are some of the things that you do in camp that separate you from your peers? What kind of things that gives you the edge that the other guys your age doesn't have?
I'm just real confident. I'm always composed. When I walk into the ring, you see me, I have no emotion on my face. I'm just ready. I'm there to fight, and I don't overthink nothing.
Yeah. Gabriel, I got a question for you. Right now, you ain't got to answer if you don't want to, but fighting at this weight, is that a comfortable weight to make for you, too? Is there any struggle? Do you have any plans of moving up at any time soon, or?
There's no struggle, but of course I want to capture a world title at 130, and the plan is always to get a world title and go up in weight and capture a world title, and then go higher at weight and win another world title. Get as many world titles as many weight divisions as possible.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That's awesome. So let me ask you this: you being 17 and you basically have a great summer job right now. You have a great winter job too. Do you have time to still do things that a 17-year-old likes to do? Chase women and movies and video games and all those things. I don't know what 17-year-olds do really anymore, but you know what I mean. Do you have time to be you still?
Yeah, I have time here and there, but we do got to make sacrifices.
Yeah.
But I have time. After my fights, I get a little break to do whatever I want to do type thing, and then back to the gym.
Wow. And you growing up in Stockton, that is one of the roughest areas in California. I mean, that place is no joke. I'm from Oxnard, and we thought it was bad, but you go up north a little bit, it's a little different up there,
Yeah, it's just, you got to know what to do. Every city's different.
Yeah.
Every city is different, but I think Stockton really made me who I am.
So, do you know the Diaz brothers out there?
I know. I do.
He's like, I do.
You a fan?
What was that?
So you a fan of them?
I'm not really too into the UFC, but I like what they're doing for our city.
Yeah.
They're putting our city on the map and everything,
I thought Gabriel was gonna say, I ain't scared, homie.
Yeah. Bring them.
No, the Diaz brothers always say, I ain't scared, homie. Don't be scared. Yeah. No, don't be scared. No, but this is your 6th pro fight coming up, right?
This is my 7th.
7th. Okay, wow. I watched a lot of them on YouTube. I haven't seen a lot of them live. I usually catch them on YouTube, and I just want to say your power is amazing. Like, you have amazing power. Like,
yeah, that was another question I was going to get in for you too, Gabriel. Being at the stage you're at, 7 pro fights, and a young fighter coming up, when you go into your fights, are you more so looking for the knockout, or do you just like what part of the fight how do you like winning? Do you like just beating them up and going to decision? Do you like the quick knockouts? What's your game plan, or how do you like a fight to play out for you?
I just go in there thinking of dominating my opponent, and then once you dominate him, there's nothing else to do but to stop him and knock him out. Everybody's quick to get judged off of power. That's the first thing everybody gets judged off of. So I just try to make statements that I do have that power, even though I'm younger than a lot of people that I'm around. So that was a big thing I wanted to prove, because people are so quick to say that somebody doesn't have power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very good point, too, there. That's very true.
Simon wanted me to ask you, he has a question for you. He said, how did it feel, you being 17 years old, to pay cash for an Acura TLX?
It feels good, and not too many 17-year-olds could do that.
What did the dealer's face look like when you wrote a check for your car?
And, they already knew me. They know who I was. I got it in my city. I got my Acura here in Tucson, California, so
yeah.
They already knew. They knew what time it was.
Well, I would have went in with a bag of cash, just a paper bag full of cash, and threw it on there.
I would have went in and been like, bite me, assholes.
No, I would have.
4 years ago, you guys didn't think I'd be able to do this.
I would have took the cash, threw it in their face, say, keep their change, you filthy animals.
Oh my Lord. You like that movie?
Yeah.
That's the one with DMX and Steven Seagal.
Yeah, that one.
Walked into
to the bag, told me to keep the change.
Exit wounds.
Yeah, exit. Yeah. No, I mean, that's something awesome, and you've earned it. Who are some of your favorite fighters now, Gabriel? Who are some of the fighters that you like to watch?
As in right now, I like to watch Canelo. He's impressive to me. But as a pastime, I like Roy Jones Jr.
Okay.
That's of all time.
So we're gonna get into it since you said Canelo. What do you think about this whole clenbuterol thing? I personally think it's very possible with the meat. I've tested positive for it when I fought on the Army team some years back when I was on vacation, so I know how possible it is. What do you think about it? Or what do you think about, not about him in particular, but what do you think about fighters on performing enhancing drugs?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it probably was a mistake. It probably wasn't his fault. I don't know. I've never been to Mexico or even ate any kind of that meat, so I have no idea at all. I have no idea about that situation.
Yeah. And it's hard to touch on because nobody does know. I mean, they found such a small trace of it.
In the liver.
But it could be, it could have been from the food. It could have been maybe, he's had some problems in the past of blowing up in between fights, which makes it look, and he looked very ripped his last fight. So, I think the better thing they should have done was went straight to the hair sample and seen, because if it was in there from 6 months ago.
Could you imagine if they started hair sample some of the other freaky shit they'd find on people?
No, I know.
But no, I just wanted to tell you, Gabriel, what an honor it was to have you today on, and I mean, we would love to stay updated with you. If you want to come on, we'd love to have you on more and maybe just talk boxing with you. And we want to follow your career.
That sounds great. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah, Gabriel, we'd like to bring you back on and talk again too. We keep an eye on the prospects, and man, I want to tell you, impressed with your record. Keep doing what you're doing, and stay strong in there. Everything should turn out good for you, man. You got all the tools right now to do great things.
And you have 2 fans here that's going to support you. We're always going to be here. We're always going to be pushing you on the show. We'll be talking about you in our list of prospects.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate all the support.
Thank you, and I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, bro.
All right, Gabriel. Later.
All right.
That was great. Gabriel Flores, man. He's a good kid. He has his head on straight. And see, we've been getting a lot of that lately with these prospects.
Another young prospect.
We haven't had a prospect on that's an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you remember you getting young prospects on? We haven't had, like...
What do we say to them if they are assholes?
You just fucking hang up.
We won't be calling you back next time.
We don't want you to come back on the show.
Yeah.
We don't want you on here because you're a cocksucker. You know what I mean? No, but for most of them are all respectful, good kids. I mean, like him, Ortiz is an amazing kid.
Yeah,
and then Ryan is funny and just engaging. I mean, you just can't find that anymore.
Yep.
And it says, Malachi said, Congratulations, absolutely obliterating Alex Solorio. Anyone out there super featherweight you're interested in fighting? We didn't get that question. I'm sorry, guys. And Joey said,
these phones, you know, we want to keep contact with the camera and everything.
And we're on delay. We're on delay.
Yeah, but we also got to read questions and everything.
Joey Santana said Calnello.
Calnello.
It's play the Go See Cal song. Go See Cal.
Clean Cow.
If you need a car truck, go see Cal. Remember that one? If you need a Canelo needs a fight, go see. Hey, if Canelo needs a fight, go see Cal. If Canelo needs a fight, go see Cal. If you need to try your luck and you're a little starstruck, go see Cal. Go see Cal. Go see Cal.
All right. Oh, man.
I said, Joey said, I also met Kelly. He won't remember me. Where did you meet him at, Joey? He may have remembered you. It depends on the situation. If it was at the MGM with 3,000 people, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Because, dude, it looked like a fucking rock concert.
Even in New York, because you get a lot in New York, too.
But dude, MGM, it took 4 hours to get through that line. You remember that? I haven't had lunch while you were fucking signing autographs.
Yeah. Richard Pell goes, did you see what happens to Ronnie Rios in his backyard?
No. What happened in his backyard?
No, we didn't. Enlighten us.
Teofimo is a good kid too, man of the weekend. Yeah, we've met Teofimo in Brooklyn. He is a good kid. How many fights does Triple G have left? 3?
No.
3?
Yeah.
I would say 3 to 4. Maybe 2 to 3.
I mean, this fight coming up is going to be a good one to gauge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. Joey said outside talked about this podcast. What do you say about it, Joey? I hope you didn't bust our balls pretty bad. Oh. Wow.
What?
Joey, he talked about his podcast. He said you guys talked outside about the podcast. How many Crips will it take to find Orlando Carr? Just one, Damon. Just one Crip is looking for Orlando Carr.
And still got Orlando on the run.
Hey, let's talk about that. Let's talk about Orlando Carr, guys. He's one of our buddies. He's an awesome.
Joey, I'm real quick. I don't want to blow him up. Joey, I never knew about it until that night.
Was he the one we met in New York last week?
Was that in New York? If you give me a specific thing, I'll be able to remember better.
Yeah, you and your wife. Yeah, but yeah, good stuff.
Thanks, though. We appreciate it, Joe.
No, but Orlando Carr is an off and on friend, but he don't like our show. He watches that other show.
Yeah.
He watches that. What's the other show? The one that the two guests that look like they've had cows for dinner and they fucking never boxed. Neither one of them have.
I don't know. There's a fucking.
It's called gay. Show. It's called Gay Stats or Box Fuckers or Box Fucking Stats, whatever the fucking show. Anyway, he watches that show, sucks their dick, and then and then when he gets roasted, he beats our friend. Anyway. Orlando likes to get drunk, and he likes to drop the N-word on people. Well, he dropped the N-bomb, guys. Orlando did. And what he did was he dropped it on a 6'4", 275-pound Crip. Right? A legit fucking Crip from L.A. that lives down the road in that same area as him. And he messaged Orlando and said, hey, why you say that shit? I'll fuck you up. Orlando said, like I'm really scared. Well, now the dude has Orlando's car, picture of his house, and he's looking for Orlando. So we have a running bet to see how long Orlando's going to survive.
Yeah, I said, watch out. There'll be a new thing in California. It's going to be midget tossing.
Well, Dylan, I love Santa Cruz. I've known Santa Cruz a long time. I don't think he should be on the pound for pound list because on the first Frampton fight that he lost should have actually took him off that list. And if you do have him on, he would have to be in the 9 or 10 spot. You know what I mean? He's not going to be super high on there to me.
I think that Crip should go beat the fuck out of the two guys that had that show too, though.
And William said, oh yeah, he should beat the fuck out of all 3 of them. Quigg came in very heavy versus Valdez, who fought, and he took 20% too, right? Valdez got an extra 20% of pay on that. Who fought his ass off a Great War. At what point in camp does a guy and his team know that the guy isn't going to make weight? I think... what do you think, Kelly? Because I think that week you have a pretty good idea. Like 7 days prior, hey, we're not making weight, man.
See it all? Yeah, that's hard. That's something that can't be answered because I had a lot of struggles, towards the end, but I ended up making 159 and a half, 159 and a quarter, 160. And it was kind of the Sergio fight was tough though, because we were 2 days out, but we were still like 12 pounds over. And we thought that was like any other fight though, but yeah, we started knowing there that was going to be a real struggle.
Yeah.
And man, we did it. We got down to make it, but it was very last minute.
Yeah,
it's hard to say though.
But
I think about 3 days out.
You know with that when your guy's still 15 pounds 7 days. Yeah. 15 or 20 pounds out 7 days.
Well, the fighter knows. The fighter knows if he's been cheating, if he's been fucking up, or if he's been dried out and he's still like me. I was dried out.
Do you remember
12 pounds over?
Do you remember when Mikey couldn't make weight anymore? Remember that at 28? He came in at 28. He couldn't make 26. Remember that? And I remember that when he fought Wanma. You remember that?
Yeah.
He could not make that fucking weight. And I remember there was I was there in camp when he was making that weight. He was dry the fuck out. He did everything he could. He was throwing up in a fucking ice chest, trying to, just make himself throw up, trying to get that weight off. He couldn't do it. Yeah. And I remember there's a point where you guys say, okay, we'll just take the hit. We'll give the belts up because I'd rather keep you safe. Yeah. You know? But, you know what, Dylan? He won the rematch, but how bad did he get dominated in the first fight? Santa Cruz got beat the fuck up in that first fight between them, and it's kind of hard to come back from. And being pound for pound is not being dominated by somebody. Am I right?
Yeah, Damon, Kelly, how hard was it to say no to Peds during your run?
It's easier to say yes now.
Well, first of all, if you looked at my body when I fought, it wasn't easy to say no. So, but on a good part of it, like, you knew I wasn't fucking using them. If I did, I was the worst fucking supplier ever. Fucking, I got robbed and I should get my money back if that was the case.
I never had abs, motherfucker.
Yeah, fuck. Where did it all go?
Did you ever try to get them?
No.
Abs. You didn't give a fuck.
Oh, abs?
Yeah.
No, man, I used to, what?
You had them in amateurs.
Yeah, but I started, because I was fucking young. I started fucking, I tried not to, towards the end of my career, man, at middleweight, I was trying not to have any fucking form of muscle on me because that was just harder for me to lose weight.
Hey, Kelly, can you help me clean the garage? No, motherfucker, I didn't get strong.
I'm like, Kelly, come on, you got to do stuff. Say, nah, man, I don't need any muscle. I need shit to lose.
Hey, we're like, hey, Kelly, we need you to help us move it. No, I can't get strong, guys. Yeah. Fuck that. I ain't gonna fight.
Man, I gotta make weight.
Joey wants to know, is judging getting worse? How about missed calls on the knockdown? Seems like the sport could really use replay for specific things. Do you know what? Can we review between us? I agree, Joey. And you know what else? I personally think that former fighters and
Thank you, Shane. Love you too, hon. Appreciate it.
I really think former fighters and people involved in the sport should become judges now and move the regular people out of that job. I think former fighters will see things that the average person doesn't see as judges.
It's horrible. The judging is horrible, and it's almost a shame to see the scorecards. You see a great fight, and I wish they would fucking cut off the airtime, the airways, and end the fight, so we don't have to see the judging and how it ruins a great fight.
I would actually like to see the judges sequester prior to a fight where you couldn't get to them.
Yeah,
where promoters can't wine and dine them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think so. I think it should like a fucking jury trial.
Sequester. You don't know the judges you're getting.
Exactly.
You don't know you're getting. Dankin and
they should be secluded. The promoters shouldn't know.
Nobody.
The commission should fucking pick the fighters, and the promoters should not know who.
3 days prior, they get put in a hotel where nobody can get to them, and they show up. And then when they do, they don't even go to the ring. Right? They're in this room with big monitors, and they have their own monitor. They can watch the fight and judge from in there where no one can get to them.
That should be one way. I mean, pay him, yes, and then the commission fucking pay him, or have the promoter put money into a fucking thing. And they get their pay for that too. Since they got to be fucking isolated.
But they can go to a room each. They have their own room where they can just watch the fight. You know what I mean?
Yes, but as far as the knockdowns and replay, yes, I think that there should be a replay. Not in the fight, but
during the 1 minute break.
Yeah, but either in the 1 minute break or at the end of the fight. And if it takes a little longer for the judging to come in, so what? But, they should have a replay on that. There's been plenty of knockdowns that were not called, And that makes a big difference in a fight. And if it happens, it's kind of unfair. They have it in other sports. I don't think they should interrupt during the round, obviously, or anything like that. But yeah, in between. I got a YouTube question. Kaylin Swanson.
What is it?
In boxing, I never heard of it either. So, Kaylin Swanson. Hey guys, I have friends that are able to smoke weed and train while they're high. Actually, are there a lot of fighters that can train while they're high?
Absolutely not.
I couldn't imagine trying to. Laugh out loud. Yeah. If you want to do it and you're just doing it for fun, then fucking power to you. I wouldn't suggest it. And
I actually see you will never see a world champion that smokes pot and fucking get fights.
They wouldn't go 4 rounds. They wouldn't be able to go 3 rounds. They'd be fucking totally out of air, out of breath. Weed is every bit as bad on the lungs as fucking cigarettes are.
Well, it's not that. It closes. It also constricts the blood vessels, and there's not oxygen getting your blood. You don't get oxygen, and then you're getting tired quicker in your muscles. Your body's falling apart in the ring.
Exactly.
Now, do I know fighters that get high when they're not fighting? Absolutely. But when they're in camp, they're not getting high. You know what I mean? I mean, in the UFC, all the fucking guys get high. You know what I mean? That's just how they fucking relax. All the injuries they have. You know.
Yep. Josh, what's up, buddy? Yep, that's me, my homie. Simon, too many of the people that train judges going to the amateurs are just volunteer officials that have never boxed, and then the judge works their way up to judge pros. With the concept that it is a science.
It is. It is, and and I've said it before, and I'm not being mean, but if you have never fought before, or you're not really educated deep into the sports, you can still not fight and be really deep educated. You can, but for the most part, if you've never fought before, and you will miss things that somebody trained will say. You will miss things. Like there's people saying that Lipinets won the fight against Mikey. I'm like, what the fuck? What fight were you watching?
Yeah.
If you or the fight was 115, 114. I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that. Now, could I give you 116, 112? Absolutely. Could I give you 117, 111? Absolutely. Yeah. But a draw or even Lipinets win? No. What were you watching?
It's well, I've already told you this before. I go to see these boxing groups. I don't know why I ever fucking joined them. And now it's like one of them things like
there is a couple good ones. I enjoy Sparta. I'm not gonna lie, Sparta's cool, man.
But now it's that is a fairly good one. You got knowledgeable people on it. But now it's kind of like those. I'm that fucking guy that's like, I gotta go by and look at the fucking nonsense. You know what I mean? Instead of like bypassing it.
Talk about on the show.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is material for the show.
It is.
Fucking comments that you see in there. And
dude, there was one here too. Shawnee says, "Hi Kelly, glad to see you're doing such good things lately. My love to the fam." Shawnee Evans.
Yes, she's awesome.
That's awesome.
I've known her.
Campede, save Orlando Carr from the crypt, bro. Jesus coming down to inject him with the Otter 2000 is not going to save his ass from that big motherfucker, man.
It may make him a little bigger. It might even give us spring him up a half an inch.
Pascal, I agree. I think even active boxers would even be a better idea. You could bring an active boxer to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
One with no political agenda. That's the thing. Anybody can do it, but you can't use somebody that can be corrupted or a political fucking agenda. When a motherfucker, whatever. When a motherfucker don't have any money, they're open to fucking be corrupted. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I mean, what are they making per fight? These judges. 800 to 1,500 a fight, maybe more on bigger fights. Let's just say.
It depends on what the fucking promoter sneaks in their pocket.
But what are they getting prior? They're getting 5-star hotels in Vegas. They're getting champagne. They're getting hookers. Come on, you know what I mean? Let's not lie and say that's not what's going on. And there's like, oh, we're not. The promoter will say, we're not telling you who we want to win. We're just saying, let me get you another hooker. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not saying that, but they're saying that this shit's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get all the same shit if you don't go our direction. You are not gonna fucking. Now, I was rooting for Canelo in a Triple G fight. Not rooting. I said he was gonna win. Canelo did not win that fight.
No, he didn't.
I had that fight 116, 112. As much as I like Canelo and as much as I hate being wrong on fights, I could not even find a way to give him that fight.
You know what's weird in that fight? Canelo won the first 3 rounds, how I had it on my scorecard.
Yeah.
Gave Canelo the first 3 rounds, and I gave Triple G every round after, 9-3. But the reason why I take Canelo in a rematch is because Canelo could make that fight a lot more easier than what he did.
Yeah,
remember?
he could have stayed off the ropes.
And he could have won that fight. And I think now Triple G's almost a year older.
Yeah.
I think Canelo could, if he would change in training camp what he did wrong, and how he fucked up in that first fight, and that's why I lean towards him.
Joey said James and Sparta. Yeah, the Sparta boxing group. I like that group. Can Rogers Romo's goons beat that Crip? Oh fuck yeah! I'm running Roger Romo's goons. Yeah, those fucking dudes in Oxnard don't play. They'll fuck that dude up.
You got Stephen Connor, another question on YouTube. Do you guys happen to know what Rudy Hernandez is training dudes at?
Yeah.
Where he's training dudes at?
Yeah, I can tell you, but it's going to cost $1. Now,
Stephen Connor.
Stephen Connor, Rudy's my mentor, and he was my first trainer when I started boxing. Rudy's training people in Maywood, California. He trains there, and he's also been in Japan. I just talked to him last week, and he just got back from Japan working a fight. But yeah, he's in Maywood.
Rudy's a busy guy.
You can catch Rudy from like 3 to about 7 or 3 to 8 o'clock there in Maywood.
I'm really worried about the Canelo versus Triple G rematch. I think if someone doesn't get stopped, Canelo will walk again.
I really think Canelo is going to fight off ropes and be more offensive this fight. He knows he can't fight Triple G that way.
Is he talking about in a close fight? What are you talking about, Damon? Are you talking about what the judges are going to do if it's a close fight? Is that what I think he may be asking?
Somebody can stop Canelo walking. Yeah, I think if the fight doesn't get stopped.
Yeah. Now, Canelo's going to walk away with the decision.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's another good. Yeah, David. That's another good point. Canelo, I think more so right now is still the carries the star power in boxing more so than Triple G because of Triple G's age.
He's on his way out.
Yeah, he's on his way out, and I think there's more matches that because Canelo can still get back down to 154 maybe, and or even stay at 160, and there's more for him. I think there's more future for Canelo, and that may be the reason why. So that is a really good point.
It is. Damon always has good questions, but no, I don't know. I was telling the other day. I said on a group. I think we're about to hit a golden age in boxing.
I think so.
I'm not talking about, and I know some assholes going, 1980s was the golden age. No, it wasn't. Yeah. 1980s was not a golden age of boxing. They had a lot of talent and a lot of mismatches. Everybody was, now, watch this. Okay. You want to see a bunch of people get pissed off right now? Wait, watch this, Damon. The 1980s, everybody says, was the golden age of boxing. Jimmy Guerrero was here. He'd be cutting his wrist right now because he loves the 1980s. He's still stuck in 1987. But a lot of mismatches. Everybody wants to come down. Marvin Hagler's the greatest fucking middleweight ever. Like, okay, he's a great middleweight. Who the fuck did he fight that wasn't a welterweight? That made him a great middleweight. I
say that all the time, and people think they're saying that because I was a middleweight.
Bro, it's the truth. Marvin Hagler was a great fighter.
5'9". He looked big because he was fighting blown up welterweights.
He blown up. Duran was a fucking lightweight. Let's be honest. Benitez, welterweight. Leonard, welterweight. Who else was in there?
Well, that's where they won their titles at too. I think they may have had a fight even at a lower weight.
John Labis Mugabe, 54. I mean, let's come on, guys. Let's. I know people get stuck in the past with boxing. They always think everybody thinks the past is always better than the present. But let me tell you something. For the most part, all these guys in the 50s, the 40s, 30s would get the shit beat out of them by guys today.
Bigger, stronger, and faster in every sport too. Like for instance, I want to, before I lose track, go back to like the guys even in the early 90s and mid 90s. Big helmets, big shoulder pads, shoulder rolls, rib cage protectors, double thigh pads, knee pads. Guys today are bigger and are not wearing shit, so that way they could just have half a step quicker to compete in football. So guys are bigger, faster. Here's the situation I see. You got guys in boxing, fans now, not diehard fans, but they're pretty big boxing fans. A lot of them have pulled away from boxing because there has been inactivity since De La Hoya, and they may have stuck around to watch a Canelo Triple G or a Floyd Mayweather fight, but they haven't really paid attention. I think the only thing that could kind of hurt boxing now is the fact that since they haven't stuck with it, they're not seeing the progress of the welterweight division and the weight classes with the superstars right below these weights that could possibly jump up and also make it even more packed than what it is. You look at your cruiserweight, you look at your light heavyweight, and the guys that are in that weight class in the tournament that you got going with all the great fighters, and even heavyweight with some of the guys now. Problem is that may come into play is that some of these guys giving up and they're not going to go back into it to do the research, and they have not been following the careers of these guys at welterweight and light heavyweight, and they may not. But you do have enough guys, diehard boxing fans, that's why boxing did so good in 2017, that are sticking by and talking like we are right now about the excitement of 2018 and possibly even in as far as early 2019 guaranteed big fights. So then after that point, we don't know what's going to happen. That all falls down on the promoters. But yes, boxing in these weights right now is fucking huge.
Pelos is watching. Everybody, Javier Pelos Garcia, one of our good friends, is watching the show right now, and he's a fucking expert when he's a pro himself, and he's the nephew of Mikey.
He came on too late.
Yeah, he's Mikey's nephew. It would have been great to have him call in and talk to us.
Yeah,
Pelos, you can call in and talk to us.
And I want guys, we'll let you know tonight or tomorrow, as of Thursday, what's coming on, what we got planned, and great show.
What time is it?
7. Super duper show.
Yeah,
and
man. Great show.
We would love to see you guys Thursday, if not Tuesday.
Yep, and yeah, Damon, these guys coming up are beasts, and they're getting better and better.
Yes.
But yeah, we will see you guys Tuesday, and then also Thursday is our cooking show about fighter fit foods. We're gonna have some help with that. We're gonna have a lot of jokes and stuff on there, and you can still ask questions. We're still there to ask questions too as well, so we can still talk boxing and make food.
Yes, we can. Thank you guys. Great show.
Have a great one, guys. Thank you.